Welcome back, people. It is episode 20 of season 5 of the Taxi Squad podcast. We got a fair amount to get into today. Before we do, follow everywhere you get your pods and on the YouTube if you want to see these beautiful fotches. We got a strange and unusual topic today, plural, actually. We got some NBA playoffs to get into. We spin the wheel of death for MLB coverage, new team incoming, and some NHL talk. And of course, NFL schedule release talk. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back. It's the Taxi Squad. Yeah.
Vince, how you doing?
Good, man. I keep adding to this tan. I feel like I'm kind of like you.
Yeah?
I'm looking dark right now, dude. This is dark for me. I look like a grease ball right now.
That's most days, but true.
Got a fresh fade.
Yeah, you're getting a little tan guy.
Fresh fade. Got a good tan going on.
Hey, look at him. I mean, you could wear a wife beat and just be outside eating a Copper sandwich. Be like, hey, how you doing, sweetheart?
I do respect women, though. Don't you goddamn forget it.
Is your middle name Marie?
Because I think I love you.
Your middle name Marie, sweetheart? I like the hoop earrings. I like what you're doing there.
No, it's a good time, though. It's a good time now. It's 80 degrees in Chicago finally. We got baseball weather. You know, I'm turning 30 in less than a month. That's coming.
Yeah, Vince, it's coming soon.
Yeah, and then we're just old and shitty. I was the youth movement on this podcast for the last 3 years, and now we're both just old and shitty.
Now I'm gonna have to start explaining phrases to you and just be like, "Hey, you're
no.
lame if you say no, buddy. Cap and dead ass."
No, because you're physically like 32, dude. Right? 32.
Dude, but I'm 33.
You're mentally like 49, bro.
I'm not.
You're a mental 50-year-old. Off. Yeah, you are. You're like, I'm gonna fucking put on some swag and I'm gonna call Googles.
Vince, don't worry. I'll zell you, as if zell is an adjective. The money.
Yeah, I'm gonna that's a verb. It's literally a verb.
Yeah, it is a verb.
I'm gonna zell you. Yeah, I'm gonna go down the street and zell over there really quick.
Don't make me feel like, okay, I'll be 34 in August. Don't make me feel like I'm a decade ahead of myself.
No, I know. No. I'm just saying you're the paternal part of this podcast, and I'm the silly boy. I'm a silly child on this podcast. That's the move. That's our yin and our yang, my friend. Come on, we need that. Yeah. You're like, these basketball players don't play anymore. Get off my lawn. And I'm like, dude, player empowerment. Like, that's what we need.
Dude, player empowerment. Offense is the new defense. No, it isn't. No, it is not.
Back in my day, Michael Jordan would hand check all the way to the fucking free throw line.
Back in my day, you got a bow to the nose if you decided to drive in the lane.
That would never go when I was watching my plumbers play.
You see? Yeah. You see? Back in my day, basketball had a real basket.
I'll be joining you on the other side. I'm used to the peach basket. 3-point line, not when I was born. No.
Back in my day.
This is it. It's gonna be a new life for me. I'm gonna mature a lot. I'm gonna get ripped. That's my plan right now.
Yeah.
Boys getting ripped.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Getting ripped. Get ready for me to get ripped. You don't want me to be ripped, dude.
No?
That's the thing. You don't want me to be ripped, dude. No one does. No one's ready for this.
I want you to be the best version of yourself.
Wow.
Clip this for self-empowerment.
Friendship. I'm gonna play that every morning.
Maybe you could start journaling. Being the best future fiance you know how to be.
No. Couldn't be me. I will say though, sometimes you do some dumb things in your early 20s, and then as you get older, you get second chances to make right. And I think this is a decent way to segue this into our first strange and unusual today about doing dumb shit in your early 20s and then getting a second chance and making it right. And by that, I mean Henry Ruggs. So I was talking to my brother about Henry Ruggs today. And I was like, yeah, like, isn't he in jail forever? I thought he probably got life. And my brother's like, no,
Yeah.
no. He is eligible for parole in 2026, which is next year, people. And
yeah, but that
means,
doesn't necessarily mean
right,
he's getting out.
eligible for parole. He might not get out. He could, though. There's a possibility that does happen. And I went to go look when he gets out, and I found this on Reddit today, and I thought it was spectacular because football fans are so ridiculous. Like, this guy literally killed a person in his car. And this guy's like, hey, Henry Ruggs is eligible for parole.
Involuntary manslaughter.
Yes,
Vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah, which killed a person in his car. That's essentially.
And the dog. Don't forget the dog.
Yeah, true, which is the worst in
Really
the movie. But this guy said Henry Ruggs is eligible for parole in 2026. He will be 27. Is this worth a stash? As in, he's in a dynasty league and he has an extra spot. I don't know. Maybe I keep him, and then in 3 fucking years I can play Henry Ruggs, and he might get me 11 points one game. That was his biggest concern, dude.
Okay, if Mike Vick came back after his time in prison,
what do you do?
Not saying he killed a human, he killed a lot of dogs.
Yeah.
It's just as bad.
Maybe
we're
worse,
friend
depending
of the
on
dogs
who you
on
ask.
this podcast.
Yeah, maybe worse.
We look out for the dogs.
100%. My dogs, the dogs. I look out for that shit all the time.
Yeah, we look out for that stuff. I mean, we talked about it a couple weeks ago about the dogs and the fireworks at the Nationals ballpark.
Yeah.
We didn't like that.
Unbelievable.
We look out for the pups on this show.
Yeah.
I think that NFL will say, okay, we'll reinstate you. Now,
I think so.
Who's going to re-sign him? Not a clue.
Ray Rice was back in 2
minutes.
minutes, and we got video evidence of him throwing hands. Like, people get in for plenty of bad things. They'll let him in if the talent's still there. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. It's like, he's staying fit. Like you said, if he's staying fit and he can still run a 4.2 40 and he's still good, like, someone will give him a shot. I can't find cause to believe that 5 years in prison will leave you as the same football player that you were before. I think someone might give him a shot, but I don't think he's going to be like a starter in the NFL anymore. I think that ship has sailed, I believe.
He could be a potential third down option if he comes back, if he stayed in great shape. If he's still a sub 4.4, 4.5 guy, who's to say he can't play? I'd be open to it. I'd take a flyer on him.
Maybe a returner? Maybe. Yeah.
He could be a returner. The top end speed is still there. Got to get in football shape. Maybe he stayed in great shape. Josh Jacobs has been on a podcast tour recently stating that he stayed in great shape. He told the story how he was supposed to go out with him that night, which is truly fascinating. And as a friend, if that happened to your friend, I don't know how you don't have like years of regret.
Yeah.
The only thing that could go through my brain, like if that was
not
you,
regret,
like fuck, if I was only there. If I was only there. If I was only
there. But two things could happen, right? You could either have regret or you could be like, thank God I wasn't with him because I could have been in that car too. That's kind of where I'm thinking.
True. True.
It's like one of those things where you're like divine intervention, like something happened that I could have been a part of and I wasn't, and like it truly changes the course of your life. So, I mean, I don't know. There's two sides of that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, it's like everybody seemingly now these days, it's like everybody's like dad or uncle was supposed to have a meeting in the World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001. And you're like, was he? Really? We were supposed to be in that plane?
Only two stories. The Hollywood stories that sparked from that was that Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be on one of those flights and overslept. Yeah. And then so was Maki Maki. He was supposed to be on one of those flights.
Suddenly, those flights had 2,000 people on them. I don't think that's how flights work.
That's not usually how flights work unless I don't know. Of course, that to your point, divine intervention, the rest of it. What's crazy though is to see like Nick Saban talk about it, saying he was a good kid, never got in any trouble in Alabama.
I don't necessarily think he was a bad guy. I think he made a bad decision. That's initially
you make one bad decision, you got to live with it for the rest of your life.
Because you got to assume people do that plenty of times and nothing happens, and then that was just a situation where it did happen. Now,
I mean, in the tale of Mike Gundy, I mean, we've all had a couple, 2, 3, 20 beers and drove up the street to your house. I mean,
everybody's done that. Everybody's had 20 beers and then drove. You look brutal right now on camera, but we're just going to keep trucking on because I can hear you beautifully. But what happened? You look like, yeah, it's getting there. You remember Remember back before like high definition happened and standard definition was like analog or whatever, and you'd watch a football game, and you're like, "Wow, the graphics are beautiful," and you're like, "Oh, never mind." It's kind of what it's given right now. It's like I could tell you have 2 eyes and a mouth. I can't really tell.
So you're PS5 quality, and I'm PS1.
Yeah, you're kind of like the Atari. Yeah, you're Crazy Taxi on the fucking Sega Dreamcast right now.
Sick. I love that for us.
Can we play a game? Can we play a game?
Let's play a game, Vince.
So, assuming, if he was maybe like at risk to like do something illegal again or something like that, where is the safest place for him to go where that becomes less of an issue or a scare? Like, he's not going to go back to the Raiders, for instance. Because if you send him to Vegas, like, that's probably bad. Like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't send him to Vegas. Are we talking, like, do we send him to Cleveland?
I was about to say, the first thing that comes to my mind is Cleveland.
Not that happens in Cleveland.
It's got to be 10,000.
It's got to be.
Either that or, like, the Steelers.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pittsburgh would be a good reclamation project.
You're not ripping your Burghini, dude. You're not ripping your Burghini. Well, the Eagles, I don't know, dude. There's a lot of Georgia guys out in the Eagles. There's
but they know all about driving. They know all about driving cars fast and what not to do and how to get away with stuff.
That's true. I'm just,
right?
Probably Cleveland. I'm not sending them to LA. I wouldn't send them here. Wouldn't send them to Baltimore.
Baltimore also knows how to get through that. They drafted Mike Green.
That's true.
I wanted Mike Green.
Harbaugh.
A lot of people are saying Mike Green would have been in the first round if, he didn't.
Yeah, you. You're the one saying.
Many other analysts said if there were no background noise on Mike Green, that it would have been a zero issue. That he would
if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, doesn't make a sound. That's kind of situation,
I mean,
when there's smoke, there's flames.
Play the game.
Come on.
True. Well, I hope he gets a job. That's my only hope for him, so he gets an opportunity. It would be a wonderful movie. It would be like the Rudy of the NFL.
Well,
but
and that's
actually real.
Totally real. Yeah. That's, if that doesn't work out too, there is another guy that's staying fit and ready for a comeback.
Who's that, Vince?
Colin Kaepernick, still staying fit. Still ready to come back to the NFL. Sometimes you got to give it up. Sometimes you got to hang it up.
I am so over the story of he's like, well, he's going to come back now. No, he's had opportunities before.
I was
play in the XFL at this stage of the game.
I was 100% for him coming back when he was like still younger. Now it doesn't make any football sense at all to do that.
Well,
I think he got boned a little bit, but then after a while it was like, all right, well, now he can't. Like, he literally can't.
If he really wanted to play the game, why wouldn't he just go play in the UFL or the XFL or whatever they call it now?
I don't know. He'd probably ball out.
Probably would. If you really wanted to play, you could go play, just not at the same level.
And then prove that you're still good. And then at some point, like,
remember he had like a bunch of tryouts and they were going to give him another shot and he fucked it up. We talked about this like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, he didn't show up or something like that.
Literally on the cusp of getting his opportunity to come back. And then like he made it about some movement and the NFL was like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
we're not doing this.
Doesn't happen and doesn't work in the NFL. And he is how old now?
35?
37. 37 years old. Yeah.
It's over. It's over.
It just ain't going to happen.
Just like how Justin Tucker, it's probably over. I hate to say it. It's probably over.
Uh-huh. Yeah, listen, just don't sexually assault your masseuses and you should be quite all right.
Don't put it on the table.
If anybody else has a massage issue in the NFL, just kick them out forever. Because like 3 times
or the
charm,
Cleveland Browns are going to be like, get over here.
Well, right. I'm just saying in general, like, this is the 3rd time. Like, at this point, you're going to learn your lesson. Like, you had an owner, you had a quarterback, you had a kicker. We're good. We're good, bud.
Crazy part about it is they haven't suspended him yet. Do you think by August he's suspended?
I think they need to go through the full legal proceeding, right? Is that done yet?
I don't even know if there are legal allegations against him.
I thought there was, or maybe there isn't. I don't know. Maybe it's all smoke. But they drafted a kicker, so maybe he's not even kicking because he's not good anymore. So we'll see.
But the problem is he is good. He only missed like 4 kicks last year, and chances are he had a lot on his mind.
And supposedly all this shit happened early in his career. So
Well, maybe he got like on the straight and narrow. Maybe he was a sex addict.
Yeah, like Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom just like cocaine and hookers, man. I mean,
He
you
loved
can't.
banging.
He like paid legally in Las Vegas
Yeah.
at a real deal, like legal.
Yeah, didn't he have like a heart attack or some shit
No, he.
at a bunny house or something like that?
Oh yeah, isn't Lamar Odom still alive or did he die?
He's alive. He is alive. He is alive. I listened to a podcast with Gilbert Arenas talking about him, and he paid him for the Big Three, the Ice Cube fucking Big Three tournament. He paid him when Lamar Jackson was literally having sex. He like let him into his room. Lamar Jackson went back inside, and then he's like, "Leave the money on the dresser." And he's like, "What the fuck? Like, put some pants on, dude. Put your hog away."
Yeah, to think that Kourtney Kardashian was like the first to. No, was it Chloe? Who's the not so good looking one?
She is now because there was a lot of.
Oh no, Vince, that's natural. She's supposed to look that good. After she looked like a fucking moose.
Whoa!
Like, how are you supposed to? How are you supposed to be that good looking without all that work?
I'm all for women empowerment, Mike.
I'm not saying I'm
not calling a lady a moose today. That's not what I'm
doing.
doing.
She looked nothing like she does today.
100%. Yeah, no, definitely not.
And it goes to show you're not that ugly. You just don't have that much money.
Facts. That's why I'm ugly as shit. I'm not rich yet.
See? You got to be rich to be extra good looking.
I thought you were going to be like, nah, you're handsome. You give me that. You're like, see, he is ugly.
No. You're very
damn, Mike. Wow, dude. Air it out, dude.
Hey, we have a
312-725-2107.
By the way, we have a new Air It Out today. Stay tuned for that.
Do.
Even though, no, Vince, you're gorgeous. You and your feathered and tapered hair.
Even though I'm fishing for it, I appreciate it. Can we talk about death threats? We cool with death threats? Mike, do you fuck with death threats?
I don't think anybody fucks with death threats. What an odd way to bring this up.
I certainly don't.
Dude, you fuck with death threats? Or
yeah, I definitely don't, man.
I'm not a fan, and in baseball especially.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sometimes sports are just sports, and people take them too seriously. Astros pitcher Lance McCullers, speaking out after disgruntled fans on social media sent death threats to him and his family in response to a poor pitching performance on May 10th. One pitching performance. Lance McCullers, like, career Astro?
Lance McCullers was pitching in the 2020 playoffs and was, like, acing.
17, I believe, as well.
So what happened? He tore his UCL and then tore something else? I'm assuming that was
he got injured. He got injured a couple times. He also pitched against the White Sox and closed them out the 1 year that they made the
I was at that
playoffs.
Game. He fucked us up.
Yeah, I went to the walk-off game and you went to the death of the White Sox game. It was sad. It was Tale of Two Tapes. But yeah, so he's coming at it as he should. Like, hey, I'm a dad. Like, I know I'm working and shit like that, but like, you can't send death threats to my kids. Which, like,
they sent them to the kids?
Yeah, to his kids.
Okay, that's even worse. Even more fucked up.
Yeah.
And by the way, if there could be more of a hatred of a fan base prior to this date, now it grows after
for the
today.
Astros.
Yeah, fan base, like borderline justified cheating. And
but also like if those are your boys, you know, you find a way.
I love the White Sox. I've never been like, you know what?
If the White Sox win a World Series, because when did the last time the Astros won a World Series? Before that,
2000 and what was that? 20.
No,
21.
before that, before 17.
Oh, they were in a World Series in 2005.
Right. When the last time they won one?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't think I was alive.
You starved that long? I mean, okay. Bears win a Super Bowl. We figure out they're catching intercoms from the other side of the field. I'm justifying the shit out of that.
Oh, of course I am.
Yeah, this is exactly what they did.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
That's exactly what they did. They're like,
but it's just, if you're
not cheating, you're not trying.
They're like, Ben Johnson was recording other people's practices. He was trying, okay?
Catch him. I like if that's the case, go and catch him. Yeah.
It's like every Patriots fan for 10 years.
Yeah. I can't blame them for that. I can't blame them for this. This is crazy. And also, for what it's worth, this clearly is not an indication on everybody that's an Astros fan, clearly.
No.
But
We
also,
all
like,
baseball fans. Love
people
them.
that are doing this, like, fuck you. To
Yeah,
hell.
Don't threaten kids. That's horrible. That's
Yeah.
like some real shit. How do you sleep with yourself at night?
Well, and also, like, now he's like, shit, like, I don't know who's going to be out here, like, threatening to stab my kids when I'm walking down the street and shit. Like, you just can't do that.
Yeah, you can't threaten professional athletes' kids because you don't like their performance. That's just
How about
strange.
instead of
and
that,
unusual.
just don't threaten fucking kids in general.
In
What are
general.
we
And I think
doing?
the world is solid. I think
Yeah.
the world is solid after that. If you don't, yeah. We got to make a song about not threatening kids.
Yeah. Do not threaten kids,
Kids,
today.
don't
You
threaten
cannot
kids.
have it your way. Oh, yeah, yeah. Don't threaten kids.
We got to make a song about not threatening kids.
Oh, we can do it. I believe in it.
That's what that's what the next group of Astro fans is going to do.
Yeah, this is our we don't threaten kids as a complete fan base. Only a couple bad seeds. So yeah, this is a PSA. Don't threaten kids, man.
Yeah, and I hope Lance McCullers has his renaissance in his career because he was great for a long time.
Yeah, he's a real pain in my side, is what he was.
Yeah, I was at the game,
Oh,
and it looked like for a second we were going to start doing something, but we just didn't have the horses.
Yeah.
Not in the bullpen. That was fun. Floppy dick arm. What's his name?
Aaron
Kimbrel.
Bums. Oh,
Kimbrel.
Craig Kimbrel, who, fun fact, is on a AAA baseball team now.
Not surprised. Where's Liam
Yeah.
Hendricks? Boston, right?
Liam Hendricks is in Boston, Massachusetts, buddy. And is he pitching? Yeah, dude, because he's good again for the last fucking time.
He's okay until it matters, and he's gonna get fucking shelled by.
I
the
can't
Yankees.
wait for his Hall of Fame speech. And we have to just sit there and watch it. And I'm going to be like, good, he deserves it. And you'll be like, I don't think he was that good.
I don't think he's gonna make the Hall of Fame.
I think
did
he
you
can.
hear? And I don't mean to dampen up the mood or anything, but did you hear Bobby Jenks has like stage 4 cancer?
No, I did not. That's sad.
It's really sad. It's really sad.
What a dog. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of, though, we haven't talked about our Pope.
Oh,
We got a Pope, dude.
We got-
a Pope.
you know what?
dude. We got a Pope before a 4K fucking.
Pope Leo, bless you, and in the spirit, and also with you. I would like to say Pope Leo needs to say a little prayer to thee, Bobby Jenks, and we're praying for a miracle for the man.
Yes,
But
100%.
if there's anything that could potentially do it, it's Pope Leo, who is from Chicago and is a White Sox fan.
The White Sox
Just-
are 1 degree of separation from fucking God, brother. Like, that's
Yeah.
literally, if this can't save us, Jerry Reinsdorf might actually be Satan. It's this Lucifer versus Jesus H. Christ right now. That's what we're dealing with, dude. Literally God versus Jerry Reinsdorf. Who's going to win? And I'm not sure. I think it's a 51-49 right now, dude. It's close. We got the powers that be. We have all the fucking saints versus Jerry Reinsdorf. And Jerry's going to win that fucking battle. This is a
And I
shame.
don't want to say the most obvious thing possible, but
Yes. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe he's not the son of God. That's all we're gonna say.
maybe he's not the son of God, right?
Has
Maybe
nothing to
that's
do with
not the
Jerry
God he
Reinsdorf.
necessarily believes in. He believes in the money God.
Same God,
Sitting
Different
smoking
son.
cigars.
same God,
Sitting
different son.
Smoking cigars and just going, "Ooh, how do I get another milkshake on the
Yeah.
roster?"
He's like, I wonder.
Jerry, milkshakes
No.
can't play. And he's
No,
like, it
he's
doesn't
like-
matter. They buy
he's
it.
like,
They
oh.
buy it.
He's like, the Pope is a Sox fan. Like, maybe we could start passing around those baskets in games, and then people will start donating to us.
Did you see the Pope milkshake I sent you? The White
Yes.
Sox are going to release a new milkshake
Yeah.
that is in the shape of the Pope's hat,
Yes.
and it will be in section 110. Vince, you can find this one. I promise you, by the
Yeah.
grace of God, you will find that fucking milkshake.
Yeah, man, we posted the clip from talking about the milkshake, and some guy's like, clearly he didn't try hard enough because he didn't even ask anybody. I'm like, you're right. You are
He
right.
didn't want it that bad. He
I
was
didn't.
just trying to
Count
like
my
go walk
macros.
around.
Count my macros.
Dude, Mike, count my macros, dude.
No, but
Dude.
I gotta get ripped. What do you want me to do? The Pope was at the 2005 World Series,
Yes, he was.
and
He called God to get that grand slam on the book.
I also don't understand how people are so fast to find these things.
They found it fast.
Maybe they talked to him and he's like, yeah, I'm a cardinal. And they're like, that's pretty cool. Let's save it just in case we get an American Pope one day, which is very rare, as in it's never happened till now.
What's crazier is the guy in front of him in the picture looks like Paulie from Rocky.
Might have been.
It might have been Burt Ward. It could have been him. It literally looked like Paulie from Rocky.
I will say there's no way that's crazier than the fucking Pope being at the White Sox World Series. A guy looking kind of like Rocky versus the fucking Pope of the Catholic Church
it's
being
not
at the World Series.
Like Paulie from Rocky.
I know.
Paulie's brother-in-law.
Yeah, but it's crazier that the head of the Catholic Church was at the White Sox World Series.
I mean,
we've never had
sports.
There has been zero popes that even know about American football or baseball. And now this guy wants the Bears to win.
We got the one. We got the one.
That guy has opinions on Nikola Mirotic and Bobby Portis getting in a fight in practice. That's huge for us.
He also reposted Kanye West's Jesus album. He did. He reposted it when Kanye posted Jesus is Lord, that whole gospel album.
Yeah, Jesus King, I think, or whatever.
Jesus is King. He reposted that on Twitter. Our Pope has Twitter. Does your Pope have Twitter?
Well, now, yes. I think everybody's.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Works. Now,
go ahead.
When you go to Catholic Mass, instead of the defavored little cookie,
yeah, gross.
You're gonna get a corner slice
of a Davin style.
Corner slice of a Davin. Just not the whole deal.
No,
just a little corner. Just a little corner.
You open up the pizza box. You're checking the temp. You're like, let me eat that little corner piece.
Oh, those little corner pieces. I could eat all of them.
There's a half piece of sausage on the side. You're like, okay.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's just like crunchy, and the cheese is a little burnt.
You know what it does?
Do that, and you just like wettens up the palate.
You know when you're a little cold and then you get into bed and you involuntarily kick your feet a little bit and shimmy and you're like, I'm so comfy. That's literally what the corner piece does for me.
Yes, it is.
It makes it feel so cute, dude.
God, we are so fat. It is not even funny. We are such fat kids.
No. That's a
how
experience.
excited you get to get into bed and you shimmy.
Everybody does
corner piece.
Everybody does it, dude. You get into bed and then you kind of kick your feet and you're like, I'm so fucking comfy right now. That's literally the feeling. Everybody gets it.
Call us if you agree. 312-725-2107.
Better believe it.
Well, this means before the expiration date's up on the Pope's tenure, however long he's going to be the Pope.
Yeah.
It means the Sox are going to win the World Series and the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl. And just maybe, add a Bulls finals in there. Not saying they're going to win it, but a Bulls finals. Just a little sprinkle.
It's going to take more than God to get the White Sox good again, but it's all right.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Well, there it is. Fun times. Am I in HD again?
You are, yeah. You are no longer crumpled and burnt. You are now crisp and beautiful again.
I am no longer the corner piece of a Chicago-style tavern.
Yes.
All right. So if you were with us last week, the MLB chat took a turn for the fun side, or the fun wheel, should you say. So Vince is having some malfunctions with the wheel, but the wheel has spoken.
No, I will be honest with the people. I spun the wheel earlier today so we can look into the team a little bit, and I didn't screen record it because I'm an idiot.
No, it's totally just unbiased in spirit of the moment.
What I wanted to do was spin it again and get another video of it to make it seem like that, but I don't lie to you guys. We spun it earlier. God. We got the team, and I did it on my phone, so I didn't get a fucking screen recording. So we spun it, and it's the Tigers, so get over it. Thank you.
There we go. So let's talk about the Tigers, right, shall we? All right.
Yes.
In case you've been living under a rock, the Tigers are pretty fucking good this year.
Hey,
and Vince called it. So
my Central Division winner, still believe it. Still believe it to this day.
Oh, the Indians are never out of it.
The Guardians, Mike. Come on.
Oh, God. They're always the Indians to me, and I always dislike them greatly. So that's all I got to say about that. They're only 3 games back right now, by the way. So the Tigers are 28-15, while the second place Guardians are 25-18. Closely behind them are 25-19 Kansas City Royals. The Royals are also a team you can't
They're good.
write off. So once again, this is going to be something we're going to be paying attention to all year as far as the standing goes. But in this case, we're going to talk about the Tigers. Torkelson, for the longest time, everybody thought coming out of ASU, this guy's the second coming of Todd Helton.
Yeah.
But the right-handed version. That wasn't necessarily the case. They sent him back down, or they were threatening to send him back down. He had an off season. They didn't do it. He came back. He's dogging. He's in year 4 now, and he is absolutely raking. So you love to see Torkelson.
He had a tough start to his career. Tough start. And it was like right after the Adley Rutschman thing, and they were like Adley Rutschman and then Spencer Torkelson. Like they're both going to be stars. And then last year he starts playing a little bit better. Getting to the playoffs, he plays decent. And then they're like, is he ever going to be what you think he's going to be? They have a fucking lineup. And now, after last year, that surprise run in the playoffs, it's like they actually could be something. Their pitching is good, like really good. They won the Cy Young last year. Don't you forget, Tariq Skubal won the fucking Cy Young Award last year. But before anything, I want to talk about a massive splash in free agency that they made 2 years ago.
Who's that?
I think it was 2 years ago, and it is by the name of Javier Baez, which we've talked about in length, honestly, because
that's a massive splash, Vince.
The money they spent, Mike, on Javier Baez was more than like 6-7 teams have ever spent on a guy in general. They gave him over $100 million to come to the team, be Javi Baez, be the Cubs Javi Baez that they saw, smashing home runs, stealing bases, flashy plays, all that stuff. He goes there and he quickly becomes one of the worst shortstops in the league, along with Tim Anderson on the other side of Chicago doing the same shit. They just both fell off a fucking cliff. Well, I am not glad to report, but if you're in Detroit, you are glad to report that Javi Baez has found himself again in center field. They moved him to center field this year because they've had some injury woes out with like Riley Green out there, Kerry Carpenter out there. There's guys getting injured left and right in their outfield. They're like, let's put Javi Baez in center. He's a great fielder. He can do what he needs to do out there. That move has netted them a .319 batting average this year in 34 games, 5 homers, 8 doubles, 27 RBIs, and more remarkably, less than a strikeout per game. Because usually he's like playing 120 games and striking out 160 times. So
usually he's like the drunk guy playing MLB The Show. He's just swinging at anything.
At a slider about 5 feet outside of the zone. But for some reason this year, either they're changing the way they're pitching to him or he did something in the offseason to like help his hit center at some point. But he's playing really well this year. And the thing is too, is like, I was talking to a guy from Detroit. I was at a party a couple weeks ago, and he told me he moved to center field. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even know that. And he's like, yeah, dude, like we've hated him the last couple of years because he just has been so bad. And
Rightfully
put a lot of money
so.
into
You're
him.
going to be frustrated with the guy that you spent a shit ton of money for, supposedly going to be the second coming of, Derek Jeter.
Yeah, try to be he just wasn't. And he's like, do you like Javi Baez? I'm like, no, he was on the Cubs and the Tigers. Like, I'm not a big Javi Baez fan.
Yeah.
But
don't forget that brief period of time with the Mets.
He was on the Mets for what, half a year, something like that?
Like about a full year, I thought.
Him and
Cubs
Lindor
traded him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was before Lindor. The Cubs traded
Lindor and then
traded him for PCA, which is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're going to sign him. Him and Lindor did play on the same team because Baez played third and second for them that year. That's the only reason I know that. Is like, where is he going to play? He's an all-star infielder. Like, why isn't he?
That's right.
Yeah,
but that's crazy to me. He's been playing center field. It goes to show you sometimes in baseball, you make one little tweak of a position change, whatever, and it just kind of wakes you up a little bit. Even though, looking at their roster at this stage of the game, Gleyber Torres is filling out that infield, and then Trey Sweeney is playing shortstop. Don't even know what that is.
No. Well, they got a lot of young guys. That's like that's the thing with them right now is like they are the up and coming thing where you might not know a lot of guys on their team immediately. Like I usually get my assistants for this shit more than anything through MLB The Show, which is some bullshit, I know, but that helps a lot with roster.
The rosters are updated every week, and if you're playing the game, you're going to remember who's who.
That helps a decent amount.
That's how I knew half the rosters as a kid. You play every MLB game when they existed because there was competition.
You become
gaming was great.
You become
make
smitten
gaming
with Richie
great
Sexton.
again.
You just become smitten with a Richie Sexton.
Sexton was fucking dog.
Dude, he is the fucking man. But
Richie
yeah, and then
Sexton,
I
Ricky
forgot about
Beats.
Riley Green too. Riley Green, possibly the most handsome man in baseball. Some people are saying. If we're talking hot guy rankings, Riley Green's a hot guy. It's a hot man.
You know, I wish I could say I paid attention to baseball to understand all that or who's the hottest guy, but I really can't say that I do.
Do yourself a favor. Look up Riley Green. It's a hot guy. You get it. I appreciate male excellence, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I did some homework today about the team.
Great.
So Jace Jung, reportedly their top prospect, has just been shit in the bed to start the year. So much so that they optioned him to AAA today.
Yep.
Matt Vierling is coming back, who was originally starting third base for them last season. Actually had a knockout season, was hitting 280 to 300 towards the end of last season.
Yeah.
So Matt Vierling comes back for them, supposedly soon. And then this name, Akil Baddoo. I mean, there you go. So it's Eric Baddoo's son.
No,
he's going to be filling out. He's going to be filling out in left field.
He played left field for them 2 years ago, I want to say. And he had a Your Mean Mercedes type start to the season where I think he hit a home run in the first 5 games straight and then 2 in one of them where he just went stupid. And then he was a national story for 2 weeks. Decent hit speed, decent actual speed, decent fielder, but he didn't keep up the 300 batting average. So he's up and down. He could do a couple things, but I think I like him. He's a fun player to watch, honestly.
Well, I feel like they understood what was happening in the assignment and said, okay, you're struggling. We're going to put you down for a little bit. Get your shit together.
Keep the
You're
service
ready.
time.
We'll bring you back up. Chances are they're going to bring him back up after the All-Star break, after he starts raking, even though he was hitting 300 to end last season in AAA. So there is some interesting storylines here with this team. Granted, the Central is always a completely different division after the All-Star break. So I'm not necessarily sold that the Tigers are winning the division. I think Javy Baez, this is a little lightning in a bottle. And
it's not going to continue this much, but I do think he's going to play better than he has. Something's got to give. Either you play better or you get out. Something's got to give.
He's going to go back to his old shitheaded ways of swinging at everything.
Because completely.
I'm telling you, I don't know how much maturity is there. I think that he's just going through this wave. Either that or there was a come to Jesus and being like, hey, if you don't get your shit together, either we're getting rid of you or putting you down. So figure it out.
Well, I think he realized that he's not
power hitter anymore.
He's not a 31 home run guy. He's not a 22 home run guy. He played on the Mets for half a year, by the way, now that I'm looking at it. 47 games and then went to Detroit after that. Yeah. So
I look at this as a opportunity to point out a team that could win an AL Central title, but the AL Central's up for grabs, man.
I know.
I think it's really going to be boiled down to the team that makes the move.
The Guardians don't have Francona anymore. Remember that?
Yeah, I know they don't have Francona, but they have a disciple. And Francona, even in the Central for the NL, I still believe that you never write off a Francona-led team after the All-Star break.
It's an easy bet to make. They're always pretty good. They're always pretty fucking good, man.
They seem to wake up, and the Cubs always somehow, as they get closer to playoff time, especially over the past 5 years, this is of no hate to Cub fans. It's just real talk.
A little bit of hate.
Go look at their record over the past 5 years as they get closer to October. They fall off of a cliff, and I don't know why that happens. Pete Crow Armstrong could be their saving grace.
He's so good. It's so fucked. He's so good.
He's so jazzy. You love it. The Cubs need to add an arm at the deadline to make me think otherwise. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
their
bullpen is booty cheeks. Do you have anything else about the Tigers? I do want to play our voice air it out call in. I want to play that because this is about baseball. So
all right, let's play our air it out. No, I'm
right.
I'm good on the Tigers. I just hope that they could maybe pull off the division. Maybe, just maybe, and this is something for everybody to chew on. Just maybe their saving grace is our former broadcaster. Just maybe.
Benetti?
Maybe Benetti over there. Maybe Benetti. I don't know who he's staring at, but he wanted analytics. Boy, he fucking got him.
You don't need a face if you're a voice. That's kind of my thought. All right.
That's true. I love Benetti.
Now, if you guys want to do this yourself, 312-725-2107. Air it out with us. Here we go.
Hello, fellas. It's your boy, long-time listener, fourth-time caller. Mike, I gotta be honest. I do think that it is fucked up that there have been so many requests for you to hang dong and you have not yet done so. I'm just adding on to this group.
Take your dick out,
I hope you
dude.
realize there are a lot of fans of the Taxi Squad who, I was gonna say want, I'm gonna amend it and say need you to hang dong. It's a need, not a want.
Whoa.
So,
all right.
Just gonna go ahead and change lanes real quick and gotta just acknowledge the fact that I'm gonna take a victory lap here. The Pope is a White Sox fan. I am not a religious man. However, the White Sox are now God's team, and that's pretty sick. So, just want to hear the boys' reaction to the fact that the Pope is a White Sox fan. Been to the 2005 World Series. Our Pope knows who Ozzie Guillen is. Our Pope has probably said OEO Maglio. Let's go.
What a reference.
Want to hear the boys' reaction. Talk to me. Whisper sweet nothings in my ear. Thank you so much. Mike, you're a cutie patootie. Okay. Bye.
That is
all right. Well, Richard, first and foremost, this is a family podcast, so no hanging dong.
You should hang dong.
They would be incredibly disappointed, Vince. Now,
pod bet.
I would like to
pod bet.
No, not a pod bet.
What do we have to bet for you to hang dong?
A lot of things, because I know that's the end of a lot of things if that is the case. So
I'm just thinking maybe an OnlyFans could be good for our marketing. That's all I'm saying.
Vince, we've discussed the OnlyFans in the past, and it's just going to be juicy calves.
You're the beefcake.
It's going to be juicy calves.
You're the beefcake of this pod. I need you to do it, dude. I need you to do that. Like that chest is
going to be moobs. It's going to be moobs and calves. Some good wavy ass hair. But that's really going to be it. That's
we
it.
obviously,
and maybe
we
us
obviously
just like sensually eating corner slices of Chicago.
Oh yeah, just like a little tiny bite, moving the legs a little bit, showing toe. We obviously talked about it earlier. I probably should have played it then, but I just remembered that we had to play it.
I'm sure we just discussed this.
He's
Pope,
a White Sox fan.
He's a White Sox fan, and at one day he did say OEO Maglio and El Caballo. And all the things that were real. I think he could have set a few novenas for that 2005 team. Why do you think they swept?
Very well. I guarantee you he's a Podsednik fan. Guarantee you. He loves a scrappy guy that can just pull up his bootstraps.
Gotta love Scotty.
I also saw a Jermaine Dye jersey in the Wild yesterday, and it was awesome.
I love JD. JD was so sad because you thought he was going to come back and he didn't. And I thought he was going to be like...
Well, yeah, because the Sox wouldn't pay him.
Yeah, and then he just retired. He hung it up entirely.
Well, you got to think about the organizations he was a part of.
Yeah, that's fair.
He was part of Moneyball A's and the White Sox. It's not necessarily the places where you go to get paid, but
he was
the
elite
man.
With us.
The absolute man. But yeah, I just, like we said, the rapture is going to happen in baseball, and Jerry's probably going to win. But God damn it, we're as close as we can get. So sell the team. We got a new Pope. He's a White Sox fan.
Do you know that
the Pope loves Jay Cutler? Psh, come on.
I mean, he's got it, right? Do you think he likes smoking Jay Cutler?
I don't know.
You think he's a smoking Jay Cutler fan?
I mean, when you do become the Pope, the smoke comes out of the chimney. So maybe.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I met Jay Cutler. We discussed it. All right. In more baseball news, after Richard just so descriptively
hanging dong,
Bud Black is out as the Rockies manager, to no surprise of anybody, because that guy, was good at one point, but I clearly lost the team. They lost on Sunday, 21-0.
Yeah,
insane.
Dropped to 6-33 on the year. They finally fired him. I was surprised because he's been the manager for so long. And the GM also like had before the firing, which maybe this is a sign because this happens a lot. Before the firing, he put a full ode of confidence. Like, this guy's good. We're going to keep him. He's going to be great. And then whoosh, right out after 21.
Ryan Poles with Matt Eberflus. Eberflus is our guy.
Yeah.
He's just a couple missed timeouts later. Hit the road, Jack.
Yeah.
Take you and your bees and fuck off.
Yeah, he was the coach during the Charlie Blackmon years, the years where they were actually winning. They were pretty damn good, honestly.
Trevor Story on that team? Was
Trevor Story was on that team? Yep.
On that team?
Trevor Story's on that team. Yeah, they were good. I think Cargo might have got him at the end of his career or end of his Rockies career there.
Can we remember like how good Troy Tulowitzki was?
The man. Fucking Troy Tulowitzki, man.
Are you talking about whiskey?
Whiskey, man.
You know fucking Troy whiskey?
He fucking on the Rockies. He was the fucking man, dude.
And
then he goes north of the border and he's still fucking raking for the Toronto Blue Jays, man.
Is he still raking for the Blue Jays?
No, he's gone. He's out.
I was about to say.
But he was when he went there. He was still fucking good, man. He was very, very good. He's very good. And then they got Trevor Story right after. Boom. Put him right in. Rockies Reformation Project, not great. Rockies have an equally shitty owner, except it's brothers, to Jerry Reinsdorf. It's like we're sister cities. What?
Back up. Did you say Reformation Project or Reclamation Project?
Ooh. It probably should be a Reformation Project. I think I did say that, but it probably should be.
It should be a Reclamation Project.
No, they should fucking reform their entire fucking organization.
I was about to say, is that even a fucking word? I don't have a thesaurus.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I don't know, dude. I don't know words, dude. I'm an idiot.
Dude, I don't know words, dude. I went to the same college Max Strus did.
Yeah, he's, shout God or whatever. Reformation, what does it mean? The action or process of reforming an institution or practice.
All right, good.
Kind of works. It didn't mean it.
Potato. Didn't mean it. Totally works.
Either way, back to my point. Yeah, they made one splashy move and brought in Chris Bryant, which
didn't work.
World Series MVP, league MVP, World Series winner, comes to the Rockies, has a couple kids, and then just sails off into the sunset for $100 million.
Dropping loads in mountains. I mean, who doesn't?
That's not a bad place.
Right? Scott Boras got you a bag.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, you know what? I'm not pulling out anymore. Yeah. And I'm not going to hit the baseball anymore. And I have this beautiful view of mountains.
Couldn't play third.
Money's guaranteed.
Yeah. He's a legend in Chicago for the rest of his life. Like, all of that's fine. So that didn't work out. Their team is abysmal. A little bit of a stat for you. So last year, the White Sox were the worst team to ever play. They went 41-121. We know that. We talked about it at length. This year, at 6-33, the Rockies are on pace to finish 28-134. So they're actually on pace to have 13, right? 13 less wins than the White Sox did last year, making them clearly the worst team ever.
What's so impressive about this whole thing is that if they were in like any other division, it may not be as bad. But they are literally the best division in baseball.
Yes.
They are in the NL West, which is the Dodgers, Padres, Giants, and Diamondbacks. Considering the second worst team in this division has won 23 games, is bananas. And not only that, but a solid franchise that pretty much knows how to build from within.
You want to hear something kind of fucked up, though?
It's fucked up.
The second worst team in the AL Central has won 23 games.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? The shift of power over the past 2 years, let's just say over the past decade.
Yeah.
The shift of power from the AL to NL has been immense. It's been insane. The NL has kind of taken the cake, and growing up as an AL fan overall.
It was always the AL.
It was always the AL.
You get the fucking Yankees. The Angels were really good in the early 2000s. The Red Sox were really good in the early 2000s. Like Cal Ripken was still on the Orioles. You had Ken Griffey Jr. on the Mariners when they basically broke records for wins. Like it was the whole AL the whole time. NL's come around because they're spending money now. And also they don't have the pitcher hitting anymore because that was stupid. That was dumb.
Honestly, I miss it.
I'm sure you
I
do
miss
because you're
it.
an old fucking man.
No,
That's
I'm
what
not.
I'm
There was
saying.
an element
That's
to the
what I'm
game
saying.
that strategy played more of a case. Now it's just everybody's doing the same thing, and
Yeah, it should
it's
be
not
equal
fun.
across both leagues. Why are they different?
Why were crosstown series and why was interleague play so much fun growing up, Vince? Because the pitchers who never hit fucking hit.
Yeah, but they didn't hit though.
Carlos Zambrano would have never been known to be a hitter unless
He is the exception to the rule though, is what I'm saying.
What about
90% of the John Lester could hit.
John Lester really could not hit.
Yes, he could. He hit bombs. What do you mean?
No, you're thinking of Madison. What was his name?
Bumgarner?
No, he played for the Giants. And
I
the
promise you,
D-backs.
I'm not thinking of it because John Lester hit home runs with the Red Sox and the Cubs when he hit.
That's true, but who am I thinking of who actually hit like grand slams? Was it Bumgarner? I think it may have been.
On the
Played for the
D-backs?
Giants.
On the
Played for the
Giants.
Giants.
Yeah, right.
Yes, lefty,
Yeah.
head case. He did some good things.
Yeah, he's still like 34, I think.
Yeah, I think he's out of the league.
He was really, I don't think he is. I think he's still somewhere. I think he's still
Really?
bouncing around. Yeah. He's like forever younger than you think he is. He's 35 right now. He's a free agent. You're right. But yeah, he was like a legend at like 22 on the Giants, just fucking throwing absolute bullets and just hitting bombs. Yeah, he's the man. But yeah, so ideally the Rockies can sell too. That would probably be cool. I think they probably need to. But yeah, I'm just sick of owners not spending money. It pisses me off.
Yeah. I mean, then again, I wish there was a element of benefit to tanking because there really isn't. Because, like, who got the first pick this year in the draft?
Rangers,
Which is insane.
I think.
Because that team, the last thing that they need is the top pick in the draft because they're just stacked.
Yeah, but they had like a medium year last year, and I do think the medium team should get the pick. Unless
Yeah.
it's the NBA.
Unless it's the NBA. Very good segue.
Boom, dude.
So unless you're living under a rock, you wouldn't know the draft lottery.
Yes.
Was 2 days? 2 nights ago?
2 days ago.
2 nights ago?
Yeah.
A night ago?
Last night. Last night on Tuesday. It's Thursday, so it's 2 nights ago.
Yeah. So with that, Dallas got the first pick of the draft, and nobody understands how this makes any fucking sense.
Yeah, man. It does kind of though. So obviously the first thing that happens after this is first reaction is they traded away Luka Doncic. What the fuck? Why did they automatically get another? Supposedly, we don't know how he's going to be, but people are projecting him.
A lot of people aren't sure how he's going to look. Could be great. He's got a great game.
He's projected as a cornerstone piece to our franchise coming into this. That's the idea for him.
I
you
don't
never
think
know.
He's going to be Anthony Bennett. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he's not going to be for sure. Not going to be Anthony Bennett, but people are putting him on white LeBron status. So we'll see how it ends up fucking shaking out.
You hope he's not Christian Laettner because Christian Laettner was like the last great white hype. Everybody thought he was going to be the shit.
Yeah, it was a damn long time ago, though, huh?
Yeah, but history repeats itself. So let's get into this a little bit.
Yeah, but okay. So to finish my point, though, so then Dallas gets him. Dallas had a 1.2% chance of getting it or something like that.
1.8.
Yes.
Equal to the Bulls.
So they tied for the end of the record. They flip a coin, and then somebody gets a little bit easier chance, and somebody gets a little less chance. The Mavs got the easier chance. So first thing, people are saying that if the Bulls won that coin flip, they would have gotten him. That's really not true because all you're doing is just getting another ball into the machine. It's not like that would have been your ball or whatever the fuck. It could have been like any of the other balls that they had in there. But it is annoying because that means the Bulls could have gotten it. The second thing I want to say is I don't actually think it's rigged, but it feels like it sometimes because back in the day, Chris Paul traded to the Lakers that got waived, right? But that was going to happen. That year, Anthony Davis was drafted by the New Orleans Pelicans. That happened. He went to the Clippers instead of the Lakers, but that was that year. So okay, cool. Like the Lakers get a trade, whatever. It works out. This has happened a couple other times in the NBA where the Lakers get a trade for somebody good. And
I don't know if it all has to revolve around the Lakers.
It might. They really like the Lakers there.
I really feel like Silver may have put the fix in. Who's the GM for Dallas again?
Nico Harrison, stupid bitch ass.
All right. So Nico Harrison, stupid bitch ass.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a phone call. And Rob Pelinka is giggling on the other side. Like,
yeah.
Okay. And Silver calls, loops in everybody, and is like, hey. Star, who was everything to this game, is most likely on his way out. There's an end in sight. Let's put it that way. We need a cornerstone in LA, similar to LeBron being the cornerstone in Cleveland and then leaving, and then they getting the first pick in the draft, and similar to like the Bulls getting the cornerstone of their franchise and Derrick Rose. It just kind of feels like the fix is in. Luka's in LA. And we'll make it worth your while. And you get Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and now
AD got traded to the Lakers.
Beast. Yeah, but and what happened? New Orleans got the first pick in the draft.
Zion got number 1. Yeah. Went number 1 to the Pelicans. Just saying. Get traded to LA. If you trade a good player to LA and you'll get the first pick. It's almost a perfect storm now.
That's true.
And now
that is fair.
It just fucking pisses me off that if Cooper Flag is good, there's a couple situations. One, Dallas could take the first pick and trade it to Milwaukee and get Giannis on the team. And then it could be Giannis, Kyrie Irving, and AD, which is a squad. Or Cooper Flag could be good right out of the box. He's going to be on a rookie contract. AD and Kyrie are still on that team, and they're still good. And he could be validated for that fucking trade.
Would you give up the first pick for Giannis and some other pieces?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dude. He's like top 3 in the league.
But
he's
you
better
get the
than
cost
fucking
control.
Luka. He's better than Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I understand that. But you do understand Anthony Davis, big man. Cooper Flag can be that like middle piece.
Yeah.
And then you got Kyrie with the handles and ball distribution.
Giannis can play point forward. So he could handle the ball. And also,
I mean, there's no disputing that
have
the
best.
second.
You have the best defense in the league. You have the best defense in the league with Giannis.
Second best player in the league. Second best player in the league is arguably Giannis.
Yeah.
Next to Jokic.
Yeah.
So
you put him 2, 3, whatever. You can flip around. Shea was really good this year, all that shit. But either that or Cooper Flag's really good out of the bat, and they're already a playoff team. It's like, I just don't want. I'm happy for Dallas because Dallas got boned. But I'm not happy for the fucking GM because he makes a dumb decision and then gets rewarded for it. And now their team looks really fucking good. I think the
decision was made for him, Vince. I hate to say it. I think that's true. I think it was like, I mean, it's all collusion and alleged. Maybe it's just all fate. Who knows?
Also, like, this only happens when good players are at number 1.
Well, you just brought it up and you sent it to me. If it was,
it happened when AD was 1 because AD was a generational talent. It happened when Zion was 1 because Zion was going to be a generational talent. It doesn't happen last year when the Wizards get 1 and they get Alexander Sarr, who's like whatever. Last year was a bad draft.
2011.
So only do it. Yeah.
Chris Paul traded to the Clippers.
Right.
Okay. 2012, AD first pick in the draft. Okay.
Yeah.
2019. New Orleans traded AD to the LA. Okay.
Right.
Got the first pick in the draft. Take Zion.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
And then, okay, Luka traded LA, and now you get the number 1 pick.
That's what I'm saying. It's only when the players are really good coming out. When they're like Zion, I mean, if Zion stays healthy and stays literally healthy, like if he can fucking take off some pounds, like he is a 25 to 30 a point game guy, 10 plus rebounds, like he is an all-star. So, like,
would you rather have Cooper Flag or Luka? Long term, next 5 years.
Cooper Flag probably.
That's where
5 years. Because he's less expensive. You got him on a rookie deal. You can do a lot more.
So you think the Bucks just say, "Fuck this, we're blowing it up." Lillard's out. Giannis wants out.
Name me a better scenario. If I'm the Bucks, I'm taking that trade immediately. They
You think
traded
they're
all.
going to offer him?
They traded. That's the question because they traded all their picks already. They don't have any future in sight. Giannis said he's already opened other things, so he's clearly not super happy being in Milwaukee. If they can trade him and then get Cooper Flag back, like that's a win all day. It's just is Dallas going to want to do that because then Dallas has 3 max contracts and they can't do shit after that. They're basically stuck with the way they are.
That's the point I was initially getting at. Okay, so you got 2 maxes, and now Cooper Flag comes in cost controlled. You can do some funny stuff if you want with free agency.
Yeah.
And kind of really build around all that.
Bring in 2-3 mid-tier guys, and your fucking starting lineup's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Just a shooter, just a bona fide shooter, like a Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's on the fucking team, too. He's a shooter.
Well, Klay Thompson's a shell of what he used to be.
As a 4th guy on your team, though?
That's fair.
Thank you.
As the Kyle Korver piece of a 3 shooter, it would be crazy.
I mean, top 3 shooter of all time, also good defender. Playing.
True.
Shooting the ball, 11 times a game, maybe? Like, that's great.
Shooter.
And he's going to be open every single time because everybody else get doubled.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Meanwhile, the Bulls got the 12th pick in the draft, and I have no idea who the hell they're going to
That was, it's just going to be, hopefully it's Matas again. That was the thing, too. I was immediately calling, I called you, I called a couple people, and it was like, fucking Bulls. I'm like, they don't deserve it either. They don't deserve it either, though. Because, like, the thing is, like, they would fix it for the Bulls, too. They want the Bulls to be good. The Bulls just don't know how to.
Jerry could care less.
I know. I'm talking about the league. I'm talking about the league. Jerry does not give a single fuck. The league wants them to be good.
Chances are the Bulls really fucked themselves on an opportunity to get this pick by winning that play-in game on that final buzzer beater.
I know. I just, again, like, I don't know.
You ever think of that? It probably, not saying it would have iced it, but you would have got a better pick than 12.
Yeah, but at the NBA draft, once you get past like 6, it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah, but what if you're 3? What if you're 2? What if you're 4?
Yeah,
you still have a better opportunity.
You can play what if all day. Well, this is why I make the argument against the coin flip thing. It's like they lost the coin flip for one of the ping pong balls. So if that wasn't even the ping pong ball that got it, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's they have way more issues than one Matas Buzelo's buzzer beater.
If I'm the Bulls right now, you're just stuck in purgatory, and I don't know what we do. We have no draft capital really. There's not a lot.
All we're doing is getting some back. Like that whole Levine trade was just give me the pick back, please.
You know what's insane to me is the Thunder have more first round draft picks than the Bulls.
It's because they traded everybody.
I know, and it's working.
It worked great.
And it's like they've done this twice now, and it's insane to me.
I know. Sam Presti, dude.
He kind of knows what the hell he's doing.
He's the fucking man. He knows exactly what he's doing. And now they're in a situation where, and we can use this as a nice segue to move into the playoff rounds, but they're going to be able to bring in a new guy and give him some decent playing time and maybe trade another guy like Giddey that they don't need anymore and then get a Caruso back. Like it's kind of good for where they're at. Like eventually it's going to run out, but you know, they're good. And also the fucking 76ers get 3. That's bullshit too. I'm so mad about that too.
Well, PG's got to be out. Paul George has got to be out.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll see. He can't even play.
What's insane is like Tobias Harris is on the Detroit Pistons, and the Pistons are actually pretty good.
It's because, dude, I swear to God, there's like actual chemistry locker room issues with Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philly just kind of seems to me to be like a
everywhere. Like Jimmy played horrible there. Like everybody plays horrible there. I don't think Embiid's fun.
They haven't really been great
since Simmons.
Allen Iverson.
Oh. He was really good. He was a third team All NBA on the 76ers.
Hey, LeBron, step aside. We're good.
We got
Ben Simmons now.
Famous last words from Colin Cowherd. I saw something the other day. It's like Colin Cowherd's takes keep getting worse and his desk keeps getting bigger. Every time there's a video. True. Every time there's a video, he's got the biggest desk of all time. You're like, why? Oh, there's only one man there.
What happened to Joy Taylor? Haven't heard a word.
She was banging her way through Fox, I think is
what happened. Well, we know
to her.
She was banging her way through Fox, but where'd she go? I miss him.
No one knows.
You miss her. Miss them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway,
okay, let's get into the series.
Playoff basketball's happening right now, Mike.
So what's going on, Vince? The Knicks are playing tonight.
The Knicks are playing right now, and the Celtics are schmirking them, dude. They are smoking them. which
The
I kind of
Celtics
expected.
are smoking them.
Yes, I kind of expected this because it was like a heated win. Jason Tatum, Achilles rupture is what happened to him.
Rupture.
He got his surgery already. He's probably out for next year. But like this generally happens when like your best player gets injured, your whole team comes out and like, we're playing for him, and then you run out of gas eventually. So what's probably gonna happen is they're gonna go 3-2. The Knicks, you bring it back to New York, and then the Knicks win at home, is my thought. Unless the Knicks can just come back in the next 7 minutes, score 20 points, and beat them like they have the last couple
It would be
games.
insane to me if the Celtics like go all the way without Jason Tatum.
Well, then more shit happens where it's like, told you Jason Tatum wasn't that good. He's not the fucking all-star, blah, blah, blah. But they're well coached.
He might be a copycat, but he is that good.
You want to know, the thing is, dude, is like, I don't think the Celtics can beat this Knicks team without him. I don't think the Celtics could beat the Timberwolves or the Thunder or the Nuggets without him. So I don't know. Coming back from 3-1 and not having your best players, pretty tough. I don't think it's going to happen this time. It's just my. I also have a nice $10 on the Knicks winning this series. I put that in a couple days ago, so I want to see that happen.
Okay, so you're riding the Knick wave. I mean,
yeah,
if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals,
Bing bong.
if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Pacers, that is 1994.
Yeah, it's
all
Ewing
over
versus
again.
Reggie Miller. Yeah.
It's fascinating. You gotta love to see it. Well, so chances are New York 3-2. Then do they stay in New York another game, or they go to Boston?
They're in Boston right now.
Okay.
Game 6 goes to New York. Game 7 ends up in the TD Garden in Boston.
Got 100 bands, 100 clips.
I do want to talk about Jalen Brunson and how seemingly every year he's lifting his like stardom to another level. The game the other night, he went psycho mode in the fourth quarter. Like Jason Tatum was playing the whole time. He got injured in like 2 minutes left, but the Knicks were already going to win that game. Like that game was won by the Knicks mostly because of Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges.
Jalen Brunson has been so good when the lights are the brightest. It's been outstanding. Isn't he a Chicago kid? Also went to Villanova?
Well, his dad played in the NBA. Rick Brunson did. So I think he was in a lot of places. I don't know if he claims anyone in particular. He did go to Chicago. He was in Chicago for like high school, I think, or some point.
Okay,
Nova guy. So that means
isn't like
Knicks,
half the Knicks team all Nova guys?
Yeah, it's the Nova Knicks. Also, guess who else went to Villanova?
The Pope.
Yeah. That I have a real issue with that though. Notre Dame fucked up. The Midwest.
How did Notre Dame fucked up?
The Midwest Catholic school can't get the fucking Pope to go to Notre Dame.
He wanted to be diverse. He saw the movie Rudy and he was like, fuck this, I'm out.
He went to Nova. Notre Dame should have got him, dude. That's a bad move by them. Bad move.
I mean, all-time recruiting miss, not recruiting the Pope 100%. To Notre Dame.
Why would I go to Notre Dame? The Pope didn't even want to.
You want to know what? If the Pope did go to Notre Dame, you'd be fucking insufferable right now.
Jacked.
So
jacked.
I wouldn't even be able to handle you. So I'm kind of happy he went to Nova over ND because couldn't even. You'd be like, Pope
football Jesus, fuck that,
football Jesus, fucking real Jesus.
We have the Pope, dude.
Dude, ND was close last year. They're gonna win it this year. Of course they are.
ND almost won one without the Pope. Now look at him, dude. Hey, come on.
Early college football plug. Pay attention to Texas Tech. All I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Money.
Yeah, so I would like to see the New York Knicks make a push. Thibodeau, we talked about everybody getting tired right now. I haven't seen it yet, so keep pushing. It'd be fun if the Knicks won, dude. They haven't won since 1973, dude. What are we doing? New York not winning since 73 is crazy, bro.
Well, what's crazy to me is all the celebrities that come out for this who like.
Well, don't hate on my boy. Don't hate on my boy. What do you mean?
Who am I hating on?
Are you hating on Chalamet right now?
I like Chalamet.
Don't you fucking dare, dude. I thought you were about to come at me. Chalamet with the unlaced Timbs going on right now. He's a New York kid, dude. He grew up there. Come on now.
I get that. Like, hey, that's cool to me. But when I see all the LA women.
Yeah, 100%.
When I see all the LA women, it's
he's
just
dating
annoying.
her. He's dating her.
I understand, but her sister's there too.
Yeah, that was stupid. But I was gonna say to fucking leave Timmy out of this, dude. I swear to God, dude.
Okay,
That's my
is
boy.
Fat Joe there tonight? Because if Fat Joe's there, he's like the kryptonite of the fucking Knicks or any other New York team. Because Fat Joe came out and did like the whole Yankees like whole thing.
Oh
where
yeah.
he came out like Ice Cube-esque, and then
Yeah, but isn't he just like
totally-
isn't he like Joe now? He's not even Fat Joe anymore.
he's Fat Joe.
He's Ozempic
There were-
Joe.
He's he's Ozempic Joe for sure. There's no doubt about it. But he's always Fat Joe.
Yeah, it's like Jeezy changes or Young Jeezy changed his name to Jeezy once he wasn't young anymore. Fat Joe can't be Fat Joe. He's not fat anymore.
He could be Young Jeezy.
He's Jeezy now though.
he's
He
always-
made that change.
What happened to Young Jeezy? I haven't heard a record from Young Jeezy in like 10
Oh,
years.
he did American Dream with J. Cole like 4 years ago. It's pretty fucking good. He's
Yeah,
still
but
around.
it really wasn't like a record. It was just more like him just being like, ha ha.
Oh
yeah.
no, he's like, my president is black. Now my president is whack. You ever heard that shit? He goes in.
Yeah.
Get into
Of
it. It
course.
fucking
Yeah,
bangs,
no, but
dude. J. Cole's the switch up in the middle.
Nothing will
Whatever.
be the times. Nothing will be the times where Kanye and Jeezy were getting after it. Just say. So, all in all, Vince, your prediction for the rest of this series?
Knicks are good. Knicks are good. They win the next game. I think they win in the 6th game.
Knicks are in. They're
Knicks in
most
6.
likely losing this one. You're listening to this day before.
Yeah,
There you go.
they're
All right.
losing. They're losing by 23 right now. It's over. 6 minutes left. 23 points. No shot.
Bigger question. And to be honest, I could see a scenario where the Celtics win. They got.
I don't
they
think
got
they're
the Boston
completely out
Irish.
of it. I don't think they're completely out of it. It's just like I don't think they're winning the championship.
What the biggest question for me with the Celtics is right now is what happens after this. Like if Tatum's out all of next year, you have all these contracts coming up. What do you do? Do you blow it up? Porzingis has probably got to go.
It might be a blessing in disguise that he's just injured. Because next year they're going to have to make changes. They're probably going to have to trade Jaylen Brown if they really want to open anything up. You can't keep Peyton Pritchard. You can't keep your entire bench like this. Like their bench is stacked. Drew Holiday probably can't stay. Like they're under salary hell now. So maybe it is good that he's a little injured or a lot injured, where it's like, all right, this gives us a chance to quite literally blow it up and redo it. You know, even the Warriors did it, where they're like, get rid of our entire team except for 2 guys, and then just bring a bunch of guys back in and do it that way.
Well, that's kind of what I like. Jaylen Brown and Tatum. You just keep those 2 and just
Like Al Horford's old, he's probably going to retire. Like just Drew can't stay. That's the thing. It's like, thing is there's a couple of these, like Peyton Pritchard's like sneaky a dog. I think he scored like 23 already tonight. Like it's just guys like that. Like Sam Hauser plays pretty well. Like maybe it's a nature of the coaching or whatever it may be. But Derek White, like all these guys are going to want to get paid, so you can't keep them.
Go get paid somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah,
So maybe it is like we're going to be like shitty next year because Tatum's going to be out. Maybe we'll just like limp into like a 14th pick and get a decent guy to have on our team. That's what it kind of feels like. But yeah, rubber meets the road at some point, and that rubber's meeting this offseason. That's why this year was like the last year where this team could be what it was.
Are the Cavaliers doomed?
Haha, dude.
Or is Tyrese Halliburton that fucking good?
You want to know what it is the Indiana Pacers are that fucking team, dude. They're constantly underrated. Constantly underrated by everybody. We didn't even talk about them that much, truly. We like Halliburton, but it's not like we're like, oh, the Pacers are fucking good. And everybody hates on them. And they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They almost made the fucking finals last year. And no one talks about it. Nemhard's the
when
fucking
you're such a small market team, it's kind of crazy.
Right. And then like Miles Turner's played his dick off last night. Like, yes, the Cavaliers, like Garland out, Evan Mobley out, like losing a bunch of dudes. You're requiring Donovan Mitchell to score fucking 40 points a game to stay in a game. Like, you met a good Pacers team, coached by Rick Carlisle, by the way, who won with. You got it?
The Bucks?
No, I'm 90% sure he won with the Mavs in 2011. Jason Terry, Dirk Nowitzki, that whole squad. I'm 90% sure he's
and they beat the South bitches. Okay.
Yep.
You rang
exactly.
memory there.
So they got a good coach on that team as well. Like There's no reason they can't play well. There really isn't. So I think it's a little bit of both. I think the Cavs are kind of a little snake bitten, and I think the Pacers are really fucking good. I think they're really good, dude.
I think
They
that's
can
a
win the
fair
East
statement,
now.
Vince.
They can win the East now, easy. With the Tatum out, they can win. It easy.
Turner's
He's the man.
Turner's one of the best big men in the game.
8-year vet. I
There's
think.
no doubt about it. Yeah, I was about to say he's been on that team his whole career.
Man, he's the man. He's good.
Well, it was not on my bingo card to see Donovan Mitchell just kind of flail away. Max Strus, I don't know if you saw this. He texted him. He's like, if you're not planning to go to New York, go to Cancun now. And it seemed like a lot of guys were like, all right, bet.
Well, yeah, he right message, wrong guy, I think I saw on that post. And that was right. Yeah, I love Max Strus, but he's not the guy on the team to tell everybody. Like, yeah, he's been to a finals with the Heat and all that shit. Like, maybe that's why he's like the fucking successful leader of the team or whatever. But yeah, can't be Max Strus. And also, I don't think he scored. I think he scored maybe a bucket yesterday. So I don't think he was ready. He was more ready for the speech than the game.
It's kind of like the guy who's like the mid-tier player trying to, like, guys, we gotta go out there and give 110%.
Like the kid on the bus. You've seen the kid on the bus?
Yes.
Where he's like, guys, coach is right. And then everybody's like, shut the fuck up. That's literally what it was.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're a six man. You're not a starter.
Yeah. Coach is right. Shut up, dude. It's not a Disney Channel original movie.
Dude, shut up. Shut up, Rudy. We get it.
Yeah. Literally. Quite literally.
A lot of Rudy references this episode.
Yeah. 100%. Cavs first in the East again. Cavs lose. Something's got to change. I don't think Donovan Mitchell can be your best player if you're going to win anything.
What happened to him? He clearly went down right before Sunday's game, or what was it, the other game? He like went down at half at Sunday's game and like shoot around with his ankle. Like he was just like shooting ball, just gingerly going about it, and then hit the ground.
32% usage rate. You can't play 44 minutes and hold the ball 32% of the time. You just can't do it and win that way. You got to share it somehow. And if Darius Garland's out and Evan Mobley's out, you just can't do it.
Well, I believe that was kind of the crutch of it all. They just can't stay healthy. And to your point, maybe it's a Thibodeau usage rate thing.
But he's not even coaching the Cavs.
Yeah, that's fair. I know, but it's kind of like
it was at the same kind of thing. It was like, no, the Cavs are deep. They played a lot of guys. It's just like, dude, for some reason they can't stay healthy.
Well, the way I look at this, I don't know. I don't know if the Pacers can be beaten in the East right now.
It's hard,
regardless of who makes it.
It's hard to imagine it, man. They're coached well. They're really good. Halliburton's playing his ass off, and Nembhard's the man, and fucking Miles Turner's the man. Like they got guys all over that team.
Yeah, unless there's a catastrophic, which you pray to God that that's not the case, or the Pope. I'm just saying.
Not from Indiana.
Well, let's talk about the West.
Yeah.
So last night was Game 5. Yes, Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals against the Thunder and Denver. And the Thunder went home with a whiteout, wore the original white jerseys, came out hot, scored 12-2 going into the first 5 minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then they didn't have another lead until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It was insane.
I would like to say that best stadium presence in the NBA playoffs right now goes to Oklahoma City.
Well, they have no other professional sports
team.
And
everybody's wearing the t-shirts. Every section is white and blue. Out. You see that shit? When the game started, I'm like, this is fucking sick. This is so sick.
They don't fuck around.
No, they definitely don't.
They do not fuck around.
They actually didn't win a single quarter until the fourth.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a dog. I pronounced it
Hell
right.
Yeah.
Wasn't Shane Gillis
Alexander? What's the guy from the D-backs' name again?
Eugenio Suarez.
Damn it. Eugenio. Close. Anyway, go on.
Eugenio. I saw his name pronounced in the broadcast the other night. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's no G in there.
No.
Or R. Right. There you go. Eugenio. I'll talk about a one-trick pony.
Eugenio. Right. Yeah, anyway.
Eugenio. Okay, so now back to basketball. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander woke up in the fourth quarter, Absolute dog. New favorite name. Didn't even realize he had this name.
Yeah.
Total effort guy, draining threes. Lou Dort. Dear God, Lou Dort.
Yeah. Famously, the Dorcher chamber, as some people call it. All-time defense guy. All-time defense guy. The Thunder win when he can make a couple shots because he's clearly not the first, second, or third person on that team that like needs to score. He's just if the shot's open, you make the shot and you defend the best player. That's his move. Like him and Caruso on it is purely a defensive lineup. Surprisingly, well, first off, in the first two quarters, I think Jamal Murray had like 6 points, and then by the end he had what 28, 30, something like that.
Jamal
he ended up
Murray
28.
in the second and third quarter just went off.
Yeah,
and then they took him away.
Yeah. And then also, if you watch, I mean, Jokic put up 44, but it was double team over and over and over and over again. Like he was just getting his ass beat the whole fucking time. And it doesn't matter. He can the fadeaway 3-pointer at the top of the key where he just drains it. What the fuck was that? What is that?
Once again, it is the equivalent of a grown man playing against kids in a pool. He's just
pool
like,
basketball,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm going to turn around, fade, step, swish. Okay,
Tomahawk over
feet.
the head, yonk.
No
done.
problem. 40 feet. Okay, swish.
Yeah.
Good.
He's out there for 44 minutes. But the problem with the Thunder have been crunch time comes. The best guy isn't getting the ball as much as he should, and Jokic is better at that. And they proved this game. I mean, 34-19 differential in the fourth quarter. It was all Thunder. Dort makes a shot. Shea's actually driving the lane and taking care of fucking business and getting the ball up. Like, my biggest concern was Chet Holmgren being able to defend people, but they were like, hey, it's the series.
Chet Holmgren was a glass eater last evening, and not only that, but he looked like he was actually trying to play defense, unlike game one. So,
which again, it's easier said than done because Jokic is amazing. But like, even so, it's like he's just a way bigger body, and they needed to find a way to do that. And how they did it is they put Hartenstein out there too, and it was just two fucking massive towers, Lord of the Rings 2, the two towers, just getting at him the whole time. And that's the way to do it, I guess. So now OKC leads 3-2. They can close it out either tomorrow or either tonight, I guess, because their next game's Thursday, which is when this comes out. And then maybe go to a game 7, which I could see either happening, but that means game 7 in OKC, like that's a tough place to win if you're the Nuggets. So,
well, I was saying because wife is a huge OKC fan because I married an Okie.
Yep.
I looked at her. I was like, OKC can't lose this game. Going in the fourth quarter, I was like, if they go into Denver down 3-2, it's trouble.
Yeah.
So they came out when they needed to, won the game at home that they needed to. Now you go to Denver and you have your opportunity to either end it or bring it back home for game 7. So in my eyes, I don't see Denver getting past Friday night. I just don't see it. Or Thursday.
You think OKC wins in Denver?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I think this is slated for a game 7. I think it's slated.
You
for
think so? I think it's
the
closest series probably as far as the Knicks and,
left.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that each division has its series that's going almost the distance.
Yep, and then another one that's just a blowout.
Another one's that's just a blowout.
It could change.
At what the Pacers did to the Cavs, and now you look at what Golden State's probably going to do tonight, which is probably just
shit the bed
because there's no Steph.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, the Timberwolves and Warriors.
Hold on, one more thing. I appreciate that this Nuggets Thunder series is the two best players of this year just fucking balling. That's a great thing to see. It's just two fucking guys that are so good, and then a supporting cast that's working out. And Russell Westbrook, dude, it was another quip. Watching the game last night, it was funny. I was like playing video games with my brother and watching it at the same time. And then we were just like on this level fucking around, whatever. And all I hear in the background is like, OKC can't seem to make a shot. And Russell Westbrook with another miss. And I was like, damn it. That is exactly what I expect out of Russ these days.
Well, Russ he cannot shoot past the arc. There's just drive.
He's 98% dog and 2% talent at this point. He's just out there running as hard as he fucking can.
Aaron Gordon's been impressive to watch behind the arc. I mean, that guy was never on my list to be a 3-point shooter, but clearly he is. So
yeah, he ended up redoing his game. You got to appreciate that.
You got to love it. Well, either way, I think OKC in 6 is a fair bet.
I'll take them in 7.
SGA is doing big work.
The man.
And you got to love Lou Dort. I just love Caruso defensively. I mean,
I love that whole fucking team. Chad Holmgren just looks wild out there, and he's still playing well. Like, you got to love him.
Yeah, Chet Holmgren needs to still. I'm still worried about the defensive prowess, but hey,
the weight room,
what about
boy?
What about the German? What's his name? He was
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Hartenstein.
Love him. He was on the Knicks last year. I bet they still kind of wish they had him.
What's so funny is Jokic will I don't know how to put it. He wraps guys up in himself.
Yeah.
And just takes them on a ride, and he's looking for a foul with his hands up because he's so
he'll
massive.
football carry the ball and then just fucking smack into him and then throw his hands up and look for a foul. Yeah, that's the big move.
And they usually give it to him, which is the fucked up part.
Yep. But you can't really make an argument if you're Oklahoma City because Shea is professionally a foul baiter. So that's how that works.
That's kind of the game.
That's basketball.
Today.
Yeah. All right.
Either way.
Timberwolves Warriors. Steph's out. Anthony Edwards is fucking man. Julius Randle is playing his ass off.
Yeah, and Rudy Gobert is actually doing his job, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, until they have to play
somebody good.
Jokic. Yeah.
Rudy Gobert is going to fold like a fucking lawn chair.
The Warriors are just small, dude. When he plays against a big center that can dominate him body-wise, he fucking sucks. Just like Jokic. Or Chet could come in there, Hartenstein can come in there and just back him up a lot. But, if you're playing against a 6'9" center and you're Rudy Gobert, you're eating breakfast. So, no Steph. The Warriors, I think, went 2 quarters with only 2 3-pointers, 1 or 2 3-pointers last game. The fucking Golden State Warriors can't shoot threes for the first time in ever. It's over. It's done. Jimmy can only do so much. It's done.
Jimmy can't be your star at this stage of the game. He cannot.
By himself, hell no. He can't be Jimmy and Draymond, dude. That's the whole point. It's when you're listening to this, it's probably already over. I would be so surprised if the Warriors win this game. Steph probably comes back for a game. What would it be, 6? But it's already over. It's done.
I don't think there's any way that the Timberwolves don't just ice this series tonight. Aren't they at home tonight?
I believe so. Because it's game 5. They should be. Yeah, it's in Minnesota.
Oh, good luck.
Good luck. I mean, technically, it's starting right now. So again, it's probably
they're gonna
over by the time you're listening to it. And if it's not,
Anthony Edwards pops off, it's going to be Dante DiVincenzo. Don't expect him not.
Julius fucking Randle is what I'm saying.
Julius Randle.
Oh, also Naz Reid all day. Never forget Naz Reid the dog. Remember last year, everybody was getting the Times New Roman tattoos. That guy was selling them for $25. They would go out and you just put Naz Reid on it. Old lady got Naz Reid on her leg.
No.
Oh, you know who, dude? Naz Reid is all the lore of the NBA. He's just this tall fucking. He plays 6th man, 7th man on the team. Comes in, plays defense, gets a couple shots up. Everybody was just in love with Naz Reid because he was making clutch ass shots last year. And then everybody just got basic 12 font Times New Roman Naz Reid tattoos. It's so funny. It looks.
I can't. I know the guy, but he cut his hair.
It's not long anymore.
No, I don't think it's long anymore.
I don't even so, dude. Naz Reid's a fucking man. Oh, and also Mike Conley. Give Mike Conley a championship for the love of God.
I was about to say, give Mike Conley his roses. He's been playing his ass off.
All-time leading scorer in Utah Jazz history. Fun fact. Or not Utah Jazz, excuse me. Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, Karl Malone clearly the highest in Utah Jazz.
Speaking of Utah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Canada. Speaking of hockey.
Yeah.
Let's get into hockey.
Quick hockey. I've been watching a little bit of hockey. Getting really excited now. I don't know all that much. What I do know is that the Caps are a little fucking old. And it's a problem.
Okay.
Because Carolina is kind of balling on them now. And you can tell Ovechkin's kind of lost a step. Goaltender's not playing that well right now for Washington. They're not having a good time. So that's mine. Other side of it, Edmonton's the fucking shit. I feel like Connor McDavid is sick of people being like, you're good until it counts, and then you guys aren't that good. The Knights are essentially cooked. According to what everybody's saying, the Knights are essentially cooked. What makes me sad is that it seems like Florida's taking over that Toronto series. Florida and Toronto are tied 2-2, but the last 2 games Florida's really been beasting. And I really don't want to see Florida. Like if Florida and Carolina for an Eastern Conference Finals is just gross. I don't want any Southeast teams winning. That's gross. So
I just would love to see a Canadian team be in there.
I
But
know,
if it's like the Stars and Panthers, I mean, God,
gross. Yeah.
the Panthers are destroying the Maple Leafs right now.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're listening to this happened on Wednesday night. The Panthers are beating the Maple Leafs 6-0.
See what I'm saying? Like the
going
Maple
into the
Leafs are
third.
just like, like it's literally a plane crashing down. They were so good, and then they just
winning
died.
their division.
I know.
And then the
It's weird.
Oilers play Wednesday night. So
Yeah.
by the time you're listening to this, there will be an outcome. But the
I
Oilers and the Knights are playing tonight, and I don't see Connor McDavid not winning this series.
I am an Edmonton Oilers fan for the rest of this playoffs. That's who I want to see win. I want to see McDavid win. I think it'd be fun.
Okay. And is it just a McDavid thing?
It's a Canada thing. I want to see Canada win one. I want to see McDavid win one. Also, watching the best player in hockey play at the highest level is fucking awesome. And if I don't have any the only rooting interest I have in this is to not have another Southeast team win. It's happened so many times, dude. Carolina's always there. Florida's always there. Tampa Bay was always fucking there. It's like always, every single year.
I got caught up in that Edmonton game. If it was last week,
Yeah.
the start of the series,
Yeah.
where it was Draisaitl
Yeah, dog.
and McDavid in OT with a one-timer to ice the game.
Yeah, like
And it
that's a
was
solid
so
fucking
impressive.
team, dude. That's a solid team, dude.
It was so impressive.
Yeah,
to
Evander
watch.
Kane. That's who I was trying to think of. Evander Kane's the fucking man too.
It's fair.
You just got, yeah. I want to see them win. So that's all I really got on hockey. But I'm an Edmonton Oilers fan.
What's your outcome? What's the championship? What's the Stanley Cup?
I think
finals?
the finals probably Carolina's very good, but I think it's probably going to be Florida versus Edmonton, and then the entire world is going to root for Edmonton, and no one's going to root for the Panthers.
That's fair.
That's what I
Yeah,
think.
I could see everybody wants McDavid to get his ring, and I think that's fair.
And they want to see Canada finally fucking win one. It's been forever. And they don't want to see Florida win another one. Who wants to see Florida win a hockey championship? That's stupid.
Not me.
That's like rooting for Mexico to win a fucking Super Bowl.
Well, I just look at it like it's one of those situations. I'm just sick of Florida. I don't want Florida to win another hockey.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Championship.
saying. I don't want to see
Because-
Tampa. I don't want to see Florida. I don't even want to see Carolina. I don't want to see any of that shit. It needs to snow. Where
Carolina
you're
would
from.
be cool because their logo's fucking sick.
It is, but it needs to snow where you're from to win a fucking championship. It's like when LA
Hockey
won. I'm like,
tourney.
I don't care. You got it.
But again,
gotta
it's also
snow.
good for the game. Yeah, that's fair. All right, there's hockey talk.
Yeah. First off, check it out. New lighting setup. Look at me go. Now I'm not dark
Wow.
behind me anymore.
You're glowing.
I don't know. Look at me go, dude. I moisturize. Second off, the schedules are out. First, I want to get your opinion on how they release the schedule.
What do you mean?
So, first
They
off,
stopped the draft to tell
the
you
NFL
the
draft,
date it's going to fucking be.
They announced when
Which
they're
is
going to
the
announce something. They're like,
Dumbest thing.
everybody pause. Here's an announcement of when we're going to announce something, which is stupid.
Everybody, just in case you wanted to know, and to stop the coverage of the Bears pick in the 2025 draft, here's the date that the schedule will be released.
Here's your announcement for the announcement. That's what they did.
Here's some pretty blonde women telling you when it's going to be.
Yeah. And
Basically,
then
that's kind of what happened.
that's what they did. And then the last week, they've just been leaking games. So NBC wanted to leak one to be like, NBC's having a game. And then YouTube announced that they're going to have a game where it's completely free for everybody to watch. I don't know if you saw that. The Brazil game is going to be on YouTube. So you can just stream it on YouTube when you want to. And then, ABC wants to get their games out there, and then ESPN wanted to do it. And then they were going to do the Netflix one had to announce their own. So they announced fucking 20 games before this even happened. Which is whatever.
Vince, do you want to know if you're a NFL fan, which many men in this world are? So are women.
Many people, honestly. It's the biggest sport
Just
in
people,
America.
just people in general. Biggest
Yeah.
sport in the country that we
Yeah.
reside in here in the lovely US and A.
They.
Do you know how much it would cost you if you wanted to watch every NFL game this season, including the playoffs?
Are you saying like the cost for the
Like the
cable
total
and
cost.
having all the
Let's say you
packages
were
and Netflix
like
and all that?
YouTube TV, Sunday Ticket, Netflix, Prime.
Probably like
Peacock.
fucking $350.
Nope. For the
Higher?
cost for the year, the cost for the year to watch the entire NFL season. And
What
let's
if you
say
only
you were
get
going to
it?
watch
What if you
every
only
game.
get it for like the 5 months, or are you going
No,
by
no,
like
no.
the yearly price?
I'm going by the yearly
Annual
cost.
price? Oh,
Annual
probably like $1,200.
$1,350.
Yeah, it's stupid. Shout out
These
Streamies.
these people are money hungry.
Yeah, man.
Little.
Yeah, we really gotta
just
figure out how to curb the people that are illegally streaming. Why the fuck do you think
God.
they are? Who has
Why do you
$1,500
think they
to spend
are?
on
Because
watching
you're
TV?
fucking people left and right.
What are we doing? Yeah, it's bullshit. You gotta get Netflix, which is expensive as shit now. You gotta get like, luckily the YouTube one will be free, but like you gotta have all the main channels. You gotta have Amazon Prime to watch those. Like it's too much. They got to figure out a way to do that, like a package or something. But whatever, it's the NFL and they like to make money. But yeah, my biggest complaint has been like, I don't really care what's going to happen week 6. Give me the whole schedule. Be like, this is really exciting. We're going to have Packers versus Vikings week 6. I'm like, I don't care. Just tell me the whole schedule so we know what it looks like. But now we have that. It happened tonight.
They got to like Easter egg it. They got to Easter egg.
Yeah.
They gotta...
But before we hop into the Bears schedule, I want to talk about the international ones because those came out yesterday. So
okay.
They're now playing in Brazil, Ireland, London, Germany, and Madrid. Seemingly, they're moving towards having one international game a week. That's what it seems like is going to start happening. But right now they're doing one on week 1, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 10, and week 11. So we're close.
I guess the biggest question is, Vince, when do we get an international team? When do we get an international expansion team in London? When do the Jaguars become the London silly nannies?
It's just logistically ridiculous. It just is.
I know, but so is this. There's 7 international games. They're leaning towards it. They're encroaching. They're tiptoeing.
With a salary cap, no player is ever going to sign with fucking London. No player ever, dude. Think about a single player that would sign with London.
Money does some fucked up stuff, Vince.
Salaries cap. You have to get rid of the cap if you're going to do that because everybody needs to get paid a premium to live in fucking England.
With how much money the NFL's making right now, I could see that in the distant future.
I know.
The MLB
but
doesn't have a cap, right?
Yeah, but they never did. Like the NFL is going to keep it because the owners have to vote on not having one. And the only owner that's going to not want to have one is the fucking Saudi Arabian that owns the London team. That's going to be the only person that doesn't want a cap.
That's totally fair.
Yeah. And then, fucking Lamar Jackson, does he want to move to fucking Britsbury, England and eat tall bits and blumpkins? Like they're not going to want any of that fucking bullshit. Like,
you want any bangies and mash? No.
Yeah. Some dude from Seattle, Washington isn't going to want to move to fucking Londonderry. Like,
Xavier Leggett eats fucking raccoons. I mean, I don't think he's going to London.
Yeah, and now he's eating tea and crumpets with the queen or whatever the fuck. Like, it's stupid. They keep talking about it, but I think it's still in the distant future. Travel has to get a lot easier.
I think in our lifetime we'll see it. I think in most millennial Gen Zers' lifetimes, no cap, dead ass, you could see it.
London versus the LA Rams. What's that? 14 hours?
Oh, it's insane. I mean, it's crazy. A bitch. It's a bitch flying from Phoenix to New York. I don't even want to know. It's a bitch flying from Phoenix to Chicago, honestly.
No, it's not. It's like 4 hours, 3.5 hours.
It's
like
2.5 hours on a bad day.
I don't know about that.
Getting here is harder because you get that tailwind. You get that tail.
Yeah.
Get that tailwind pushing you on the way here.
Tailwind. You get that
tailwind, son.
You get your fixins.
Want a lot of room for the fix.
Fixins. Anyway, okay. So week 1, Chiefs versus Chargers is going to be in Sao Paulo, Brazil, which may be fun. But they did it last year, and you couldn't even wear green. So this year they didn't have any green teams, which is very important. Week 4, Minnesota Vikings versus Steelers at Croke Park in Dublin. That'll be kind of sick.
I hope that they also don't run out of beer at that one. That'd be crazy.
There's no way. They'll have it taken care of this time because that was crazy when that happened. If the Bears ever play in Ireland, I will be going. Just a side.
We, plural, will be going.
I mean, you can come if you want, but I'm going.
Thanks, Vince. Appreciate that.
No matter what, I will be there.
That's what I get for
care.
not telling me he's pretty, this podcast.
That's true.
Be like,
dude, I'm glowing.
I'll be there. Oh, we won't? All right, I'll just go fuck myself.
I will be going,
Thanks.
but if you have a schedule issue, I'm not going to go. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go. I'll figure it out.
We will have to plan that sort of trip. It will be a podcast trip for the century.
Nah, you're kind of stressing me out. I don't want to go anymore. I'm kidding. I'm down. Okay, week 5, Vikings-Browns at London. So now this is 2 for Vikings. The Vikings are going to play in Ireland. They're going to stay, and then they're going to go to the UK and play that week too. So 2 weeks in Europe for the Vikings. Week 6 at the Hotspur Stadium again. It's going to be Broncos versus Jets. Week 7 at Wembley in London is going to be the Rams versus Jags. Finally, the Jaguars. The London Jaguars get there. Now, week 9 in Berlin, Germany, Falcons Colts. And week 11 in Madrid, Spain, going to be Commanders versus Dolphins.
Okay.
I kind of want to go to Spain too. It's just like
I'd love to go to Spain.
It's just you know they're going to get to a point where maybe 16 of the 17 weeks are international.
I just want to know when they're going to play a game in Saudi Arabia.
Never.
Because that could probably be coming just due to money. You got the president out there right now getting a plane gifted to him with gold plated. A lot of people got planes. I've got not a lot of people have got them.
Bears play at the Vatican. Just bringing it up. Just saying.
Bears play in Italy at the Coliseum.
No, in the Vatican, dude. At that country, dude. Different country.
No, I mean, Vince, it's all Italy. It's all.
No,
right
the
there.
Vatican is its own country.
Is it really?
It's the smallest country in the world. Yeah, it's just that area. They have their own jurisdiction. They have their own laws. Complete. Yeah, smallest country in the world.
I'm the worst Catholic ever. Let's continue.
No, if anybody asks you what's the smallest country in the world, it's always the Vatican. So if you ever get that trivia, just remember that.
Wow.
Now the Bears.
The Pope.
I'm really happy that this year the Bears don't have all of their in divisions in the second half of the season. They spread them out throughout, which is good.
Although looking at this schedule, you don't get a break. They got a pretty tough schedule, Vince. This is not for the faint of heart right now.
You don't want the bye week in week 5. You don't. That's tough.
Well, you don't want the bye week in week 5, but not only that, let's get into it. So week 1, we start the season hot on a Monday night, September 8th. We'll be here before we blink. And the Bears start the season off in prime time against the Vikings.
Rookie QB.
Oh, man. At home.
I'm kind of okay because it's going to be J.J. McCarthy's first start. It's the only reason I'm kind of okay.
J.J. McCarthy's had a full year to sit and digest an offense, and he's a smart kid, and he's coming home for the first game of his NFL career that he starts. Saying that he starts, right?
No pressure. No pressure.
This is going to be a pressure-filled game.
Yeah.
A lot of people right now are saying the Bears still need an edge rusher. We'll get into what our thought process is there. I like it.
Yeah.
But then game 2, no lag. We go to Detroit.
BJ going home.
Whoa.
All right. Actually, let's
do this. You got 2 division games back to back. I'm just like, okay. So we could literally be completely out of the division by the time we get to week 5.
I don't want to be week 4, 4-0. We're really good and then fall off a cliff again. I want to be as real as we are the whole time. That's my plan. So I'm okay with this. So let's do win losses. So against the Vikings at home on Monday night, do we win?
Considering I have no idea how this team's going to look, yes. I'm going to say yes.
I'll take a win there. Yes. Yeah, this is all just, we'll just see. Week 2, I'll give that a loss for sure. I think we lose to the Lions.
I think they want to beat their
boys. They want to beat their boys.
Yeah, but then again, Ben Johnson does know. I say we start the season off 2-0. Give me the Bears.
Okay.
Bears.
Cowboys. Week 3 in Dallas. Or no, at home. Sorry, at home.
Healthy Dak.
George picks.
I think they lose.
I think the Cowboys suck. We're both 2-1 right now, but I'm giving the Lions a loss and the Cowboys a win for us. So
I see you drop a game at home versus the Cowboys because you're not thinking that they're going to be it.
Yeah, I feel.
And
like
I think, I get it. But then again, that's a tough squad. Now you got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Granted, the Bears secondary's pretty
Good.
nails, but then again, you also have no pass rush and a pretty good offensive line on the other end of the field. Same thing could be said with Detroit. So
great point.
It's kind of a pick 'em, but I say 2-1 at this stage of the game.
All right, moving on. In Vegas on the 28th, Sunday, 3:25 start.
Give me Vegas.
We win? Or we lose?
I'm going to say, Gino, first year under defense is going to be a thing.
Genty running free?
I don't know about all that. Yeah, give me the Bears.
Okay, 3-1 going into the bye week. Week 6 in Washington.
Bye in week 5.
I know. Week 6.
Blood, revenge.
Yeah.
Give me the Bears.
Tyreek
Give me the
Stevenson
Bears.
sitting on the bench the entire game.
The entire game. He'll be cut by this stage of the game.
Okay, so that leaves us at 4-1 right now.
Oh yeah, we're fucking rolling.
We go to the Saints, or we stay at home against the Saints at noon, October 19th. Week 7.
Oh, yeah.
We win that game.
Yeah, we win that game.
5-1. Here we go. All right. I think maybe I would go probably 4-2 at that point. We lose one of those games, but 4-1, 5.
Oh, I am
4-2,
so pie in the sky right now. Keep going.
Baltimore in Baltimore on the 26th, week 8.
Loss.
Yeah. In Cincinnati, November 2nd, week 9.
Loss.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. There's a couple losses now. We're 5-3. We are at home against the Giants at noon, November 9th.
Close game.
Jackson Dart starting at that point? Or is it still Russie?
No, I don't think he sees the field this year unless there's injury.
Yeah,
I think LASIK Jameis, I think they're just trying to get Dart in a system and get him to figure it out. I think Dayball's just like, we're not rushing him. Dayball basically said, let me draft my quarterback and give me 3 years. And I think that gave him a lease on life. Yeah. They also drafted the top defensive end in all of this draft.
That line's I'm scared for our line.
Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and
Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter, and then we want our line to do something with it. We'll see.
Yeah, right. It's going to be a close game. There's no doubt about it.
I agree. Okay, so 6-3 at that point. We got the Steelers at home. Or no, we got Minnesota in Minnesota, week 11 at noon. We win the first game against Minnesota. We probably drop the second.
Yeah, I'm going to say we dropped the second at Minnesota. We've not played well there.
Okay, 6-4. Steelers, week 12.
I don't know how this, unless Aaron Rodgers is on the team, I don't see
here's
the
a
Steelers
question.
us.
There was people talking about this. Aaron Rodgers waiting to sign with the Steelers until after the schedule release so he doesn't have to play primetime games every week. I heard that. Because last year, when he signed with the Jets, they changed all of their games to fucking primetime Monday night, Sunday night games, and just fucked them. And I don't think he wants to do that.
Tear the other Achilles.
I just think he doesn't want to sit in primetime all the time. I think that's why he's waiting. I would not be surprised if that's the case. Or he's engaged and he's in love and he doesn't want to do this anymore.
Another rumor I heard is that Aaron Rodgers recently joined a country club in Pittsburgh.
Ooh, so he is.
So I think he's on the team.
Okay. So that's Rodgers. And DK Metcalf.
Fuck him up cold. Fuck him up. Yeah, I no shot. Yeah.
Sure, Caleb's not like, hi, Mr. Rodgers, you're my best friend.
No, give me the Bears in that one.
All right, I think we're 7-4 now.
Yeah,
I think that's correct. I don't know. I'm counting bad now. We go to Philly. Friday night prime game. 2 p.m.
Loss.
7-5. We go to Green Bay on December 7th.
Haven't lost in Green Bay yet. Dub.
Yeah, it's true. We're undefeated this year. 8-4 or 5 or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
At home against the Browns on December 14th. Shador starting at that point.
Dub.
All right, 9 wins. Packers at home December 20th. We beat them twice.
Loss.
Yeah. Okay.
We
so
always get fucked up at home against the Packers, and I don't know why. I say we split it.
All right. So 9-5 or 9-6, something like that. And at San Francisco on the 28th. Don't know what that team's going to look like.
Saying that CMC's healthy, and that's that whole squad in San
Yeah.
Francisco. We're no shot. We're done.
We lose that one, and
we lose
then
that one.
Week 18, it's either Saturday or Sunday, TBD right now against the Lions.
Toss up. I still think it's a loss.
Okay, so we're a 9-win team.
That's about what you could say.
I like it too. I think that's right where we are.
I think a 9-win team, no matter what way you slice it, you're happy.
Yeah, 100%.
If you win 9 games, it's progress. Then even if you win 8, win 8.
Yeah,
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too, especially with the new coach and stuff. I'm cool with that. All right, that's the schedule. Anything else we got? We'll talk more schedule next week too, but anything else we got on the NFL? I know you got one or two things you want to talk about here.
Derrick Henry signs a 2-year extension with the Ravens.
You like it?
$30 million. I don't know.
Short contract can't bite ya. Derrick Henry still very good.
Still very good, but I don't know if he's still who running backs fall off a cliff usually after 30. So
I know, but not him for some reason. I don't think he's. Man, he defied time last year. He defied time.
Well, they got some pass rush coming in this year with Mike Green. No doubt about it. They fortified their secondary.
If he's good, I'll never hear the end of it.
If he's great, which I think he will be,
you're going to be intolerable.
We
should have fucking drafted him. He was worth it at 10.
If he's a fraction of good at Terrell Suggs, we're fucked.
100%.
So I like I like it, but I don't know if it's worth it considering you probably could have just franchise tagged him. But then again, does the money make sense? So they probably made it work. He will most likely be not the bell cow he was in years past, but who knows? Yeah. He's to stay on the field and stay healthy and be that guy. So
I would also argue it's probably a legacy contract. Just make him happy because he's that guy.
He's that guy.
You got the room to it. All right. Trey Hendrickson.
All right. I had a conspiracy come up in my brain.
Can we explain what happened first?
The Bears drafted another tight end?
No. About Trey Hendrickson before we get into this. Did you see the press conference?
There wasn't really a press conference. They were at like rookie camp and he was just there.
Or like the interview or whatever that they do with him.
Right. There he was there at rookie workouts just to support his teammates and just be there. And basically
that's not why he was there.
Why do you think he was there? He was trying to get a deal done. He said there's no communication.
He was told verbally that there was going to be a deal getting done. And it hasn't happened. And they haven't. They said that they're trying to wrap their head around it, is what the Bengals said. They're trying to wrap their head around signing him, which means they haven't done shit. And Trey Hendrickson's like, you guys need to do shit. Like, because the thing that the Bengals do is if somebody underperforms, they restructure their contract like almost immediately. They talk the person into doing it. And he's like, hey,
17 sacks over the past 4 or 5
He's like, I've overperformed. We need to restructure my contract. If you're going to restructure everybody's underperforming contracts, you got to restructure my overperforming contracts. He essentially said like, one, like, I play better than I was, so you should restructure it, clearly. And then 2, you said we were going to do this and now you're not. And there's like animosity. And he said he's not playing. He said he's not going to fucking play if he doesn't get a new contract. So they either got to get rid of him, which they're pretty good at trading guys out and not giving him money, or he's not going to play for him. That's kind of where he's at.
He gave a very eloquent answer and stated how this is his home and he wants to be there and his kids were born there. But it's really tough to pay a 31-year-old pass rusher.
He led the league in sacks last year.
I understand it, but then again, what can you get for him? I guess there was a lot of trade opportunities pre-draft. They wanted 2 first-round draft picks
for a 31-year-old pass rusher.
And that's the problem. So the value of a thing is the only thing that is of question here.
All right, let me ask you a question. You won't buy something at the store for $100, but you want to sell it to somebody else for $100. Is that equal value?
Is it the same thing?
Same thing. You own one, but you wouldn't buy it for $100, but you want to sell it for $100 and you think he's worth it, so you're not going to sell it for less than $100.
Well, yeah, you're going to move on it eventually.
Values are different. You can't value him one place with another person, value him higher with another person, but you won't pay him the amount that you think he's that he thinks he's worth. Like there's something, the scales are not balanced here. Cincinnati, you got to do
and
something.
He's not gonna play out his contract because if he knows if he holds in, which he'll show up to OTA, so he doesn't get fined all the things. So he'll show in.
Sure, so don't get fined.
And I'm just basically, oh, my toe, I can't play.
Mm-hmm.
And then before the season starts, I need a doctor's opinion.
I have arthritis. The only thing that can fix it is a pen. Give me one.
Right. So with that, I could see a team potentially creating a deal pre-training camp or while training camp hits for Trey Hendrickson. Now, what that team is, I don't know.
The team that needs an edge rusher that should have fucking drafted one and didn't?
In my fantasy land, I have a thought.
Is this your dream now?
This is something that we discussed on this podcast. Is it an idea to get rid of Cole Kmet while he is still valuable and draft one of the best tight ends in this draft? One of the two, Colson Loveland.
Yep.
Or what was his name? From the
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren. So you got one of them who looks like he's the guy. And everybody's, they're going to go heavy set 12 man. Two tight ends who don't block historically. So you really only have room for one.
Yeah, maybe. Don't know how the offense is going to look.
You package Cole Kmet to go to Cincinnati. And you throw some draft capital in there, second round pick.
Could work.
Cole Kmet, I think it works. I think it makes a lot of sense.
And honestly, push it as far as you can until the trade package is valuable as the Bengals will take it. I mean, like
Trey Hendrickson on this team would be.
He's
insane.
been
Now
he's great. Something's got to give. Something's got to give.
What's crazy, is the Bears are trying to sell everybody in the local media about their 4th round draft pick out of Maryland being a true viable starter for their day
undersized
one
linebacker. We're talking.
What's
his name again? Hippolyte.
Hippolyte.
Yeah.
It is impressive how they're trying to stuff him down your football throat.
He's athletic as shit, but that's the thing. You are encumbered by fucking Chicago media. They do this every year with some guy. They did it with Velus Jones. You're like, whatever.
Well, I like to see like the rookie mini camp. What's coming out? What are the talking subjects? What's this?
But they always pick
always
somebody they try to sell you. They tried selling us on Ian Wheeler. Remember that? That was the whole thing.
Yeah, Ian Wheeler, Velus Jones.
Yeah,
Shea McClellan. Remember Shea McClellan?
Didn't he? Wasn't it him that murdered Aaron Rodgers?
What do you mean?
Remember the injury that had him out for a year and the Packers sucked that year? One of our defensive ends killed him.
I forget.
You remember that though?
I remember the game that they hit him like Khalil Mack, like just fucked him up for like the first half and terrorized him. And then like he got on a bunch of drugs for the second half and came back and ate her lunch.
Yeah. The first major injury of Rodgers' NFL career came in 2013 when he suffered a broken left collarbone in week 9 against the Bears. Shea McClellan brought Rodgers down for a sack. That's why I remember Shea McClellan.
There you go. Shea McClellan made his Bears career.
Yeah. That's about it. Just hurting Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, whatever. Where's he gonna start? You got TJ, you got Tremaine Edmonds. He starts on the other side.
Yeah,
they play nickel. They play nickel most of the time though. Jack Sanborn wasn't even in every play.
A lot of people are saying Dennis Allen really likes that hybrid type linebacker that can, drop in coverage and
Kyler G can't play that.
I have no idea.
Kyler G can hit a motherfucker. I wouldn't be against putting Gordon out there.
I like Gordon a lot. But a lot of people are even questioning Brisker if he's going to be there. So maybe does this guy turn into a tiny little strong safety that just flies around?
Brian Urlacher?
Yeah.
Supposedly his draft grades for a linebacker were low, but if you changed it to a running back, he's elite. So he's an athletic freak. He's just not linebacker sized.
Yeah, we're going full blown Madden reverse Uno card. Now everybody's also athletes, just riding the D of Kyle Monangai. Everybody. Oh,
he doesn't fumble. He doesn't fumble.
That's the thing. That's the thing everybody's talking about. So you didn't have one fumble in your college career. And he's like, yeah, it's not by mistake. Blah, blah,
there is a reason he was a 7th round Big Ten halfback. That's all I'll say.
Correct.
He might be good. He's not going to be great.
That's worked for some people.
100%.
It's worked for some people.
Yeah.
All right. There's football. And next week, we will go on a far deeper dive of this scheduled release and
Hell yeah.
maybe something to announce. So
Hell yeah.
be on the lookout for some extra content coming out this weekend where the boys went to a lovely facility in Scottsdale, Arizona by the name of Driveline Baseball. So
Correctamundo.
be sure you stay on the lookout for some extracurricular activities. Thank you for all the love on social media over the past week. I'm going to continue to shove these beautiful fotches in your face every week from here on out. And as always, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you follow it. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share it to a friend, share it to a family member. And of course, this is the year of the fun uncles. So if you got a cool nephew or niece, share it with them. Of course, not the parts where Mike is being requested to do nasty things because that is
Dongs out for the boys.
No. As always, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Talking tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, you know, jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah, you know.